Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is GoblinCaveTV, and we are back. And I did a big stuff up because we were supposed to do this.
What were we supposed to do?
Which didn't work. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin.
Oh, that's cool.
This is GoblinCaveTV.
We're doing that.
Hey.
Didn't test that in the pre-show.
Not to rain on your parade even more. Me and HownlN are switched.
Yes, I did not check that in the
Live
setting up.
production. Let's fucking go.
First episode, we're good.
Hey,
Yeah, that's okay. That happens to everyone.
There's-
We even said before we went live, we're like, you're gonna have to readjust people's pictures anyway.
There's totally not features which I didn't finish up last night.
Couldn't be.
They'll
No, that
coming
was
up.
pretty cool. Just roll them out every week because that's, I was blown away by that thing right there. Just can you do it again?
On the doors?
Yeah,
Just one more time.
Yeah, just one more time.
It was suggested to get a second animation just for Dr. Oblong, just for our mechanic that busts.
And I've got to pull it open.
Oh, that'd be funny.
But I didn't. I mocked it up and then gave it to someone else to do. So I'm like, I'll let them. Yeah,
That's
Nikolai
really
producer
neat.
did the animations, and did the flying in the intro was me in Star Citizen, but Dr. Oblong did all the fancy. We look like Firefly because that's where we are.
No, Mr. Live producer did all the text. I did the music.
Yes, and the music, of course, was yes.
Oh, custom music for the show.
Yeah.
That's right. We're
His
pinkies
original
up.
music and original video gameplay.
And solar systems.
Also, I would like to point out to the audience the artwork that was created for this new campaign that we're rolling out here that Karsh has put together is really nice. It's you can see the beginnings of it right here on the overlay. Leaf on the Wind, Blue Sun System.
But it's up to you if you want to just take over, Pelly.
No.
No, okay. So, thanks.
I'm
Bye.
All right. Good first session, everyone. We did
Okay,
it.
so Hitokiri Chibi did the amazing artwork of the channel, of this overlay, and was it the audio in the background you'll be hearing is going to be from Syrinscape. They're not a sponsor, but go check out syrinscape.com for all your role-playing and board gaming needs. And if you want to donate to us, that'd be really nice. I don't mind it. It helps us out. I don't know if we've got a mechanic of what it's going to help us with, but it does help us out. It helps out the channel, and you can also subscribe to us if you like our show and all the bits and pieces, and subscribe if you watch this on YouTube later. It all helps us grow. But I think that's it for me. Polly, I think you can now take it over. Now I've done all that.
I actually just thought of a fun little mechanic that we'll see. Okay, so here's what it's going to be. If you get a donation, $1 or 100 bits for any player, that player can introduce into the fiction something that they desire. Just right there, right then and there, maybe you find something useful, or maybe somebody is more confused than you thought. I think we'll try that out to see what happens. It'll have no immediate mechanical benefit, because in this game, the way the mechanical benefits come from is they come from changes in the fiction. Like if you have something that's more risky than it might otherwise be. So there might be a mechanical effect based on your change in the fiction, but I think that would also be more fun just to see what people come up with. Anyway, hello. We're going to do something different than we usually do in our first shows here on GoblinCaveTV. This is the second game I've ever ran, and I learned a lot during the first game that I ran. It went for a couple of years, so I learned a lot, and I'm going to apply it all to this game. Now, can I first, I'd like to ask the audience one single question. Don't you wish you knew what happened after the mere one season of the Firefly show and then only one movie that had mixed ratings? What happened after that in the Firefly universe? You're about to find out. And so instead of taking time to introduce us one at a time, I'm going to give our players, I'm going to sell them that this is an opportunity. I'm going to give our players an opportunity here to introduce their characters in the midst of an action. So we're not going to meet at a tavern. Well, we are going to meet at a tavern. but it's not going to be just meeting. Our crew has known each other for a while. They've been flying a Firefly class, if you could believe it, ship called the Loose Goose. Are you sticking with that one? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's
Absolutely.
not called the
Absolutely.
loose goose. Just every time we dock, it's the loose goose.
All right. Yeah.
Someone
okay.
keeps on changing it.
So here's the scene. A sandstorm whirls outside of this lonesome bar in a remote part of one of the most remote worlds in the verse. Why you don't really like much coming out this far yourself, even though you're far from city slickers. You're out here on the planet of Polly, you wrote this yourself. It's the planet just before the Miranda planet where all the unpleasantness happened. Hold on, let me just get this out for you here. Okay. Yeah, everything falls apart right away when I start talking. Anyway, I'll tell you what planet you're on in a second.
Fury,
it's pretty much
me,
what's that?
Ouroboros. That's an astrofield.
It's the 7th planet in the Blue Sun system.
Dragon's
Egg.
Egg.
What's that?
Dragon's Egg. That's the name of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's the 8th one then?
Deadwood.
Deadwood, that's where you are. Well, goddamn it. Thank you very much.
We've got a map
Mhm,
we're
mhm.
looking at.
What? Well, you find yourself on Deadwood. That's about as far as you get. Hey, and here in the verse without making it clear out to Miranda where you don't want to go. You saw the movie. What's that? And so you made your way. You're here to deliver a package. It's a God knows what's on this little disc here. You don't much care. You're here to get paid. In fact, your captain here, Bubbles. Wait, sorry, Bubble. Captain, what's your name?
Karsh, you might be muted. Try again.
Oh, yeah, he muted.
Bublo Bill. I didn't
There we
change
go.
the. I didn't change
Bubble
the.
Bill.
Didn't change the.
I like it.
I'll get that.
I
fixed.
like it. Anyway, so you have a contact, and your contact's name is Isabella. You know her back from the Black Brown Coat days. You kind of fought the Alliance together. Anyway, you haven't kept up too much, but you still maintain contact with her because she's turned into quite a useful information broker. Anyway, you come in wind beaten. You're like, wow, this is way worse weather than I thought. I knew the terraforming didn't come out right here on Deadwood. That's why they call it Deadwood. A lot of the forest has no leaves or anything. But my God, and the town's talking about how we haven't seen weather like this. Anyway, you come into this bar, this saloon, if you will, and many of the townsfolk have gathered in there too because the wind and the sand is so strong that some folks don't have the right kind of walls or windows to keep out a mighty strong sandstorm like this. Somehow the saloon does. And so you make your way in there. You heard Izzy's going to be there, and by God, there she is, sitting there at the bar waiting for you folks. And you make your way in, brushing off the dust off you, and you look around, and it's crowded. You can see some, you can see the local town folks. You can see some folks you probably don't recognize huddled in different groups. You see a group of city slicker looking types, almost in, lab coats, kind of a weird motley crew out here in the furthest parts of the verse. But what do you do? Captain, tell us first a little bit about how you know Izzy.
I think I know Izzy back. Like Izzy was back in the Browncoats day with the part of the rebellion, but not part of either side, just kind of someone that knows where to find things. And that's kind of my role back then as well. Though I just generally lean one direction more than the other, more than Lizzie did.
So let me say, Dr. Quinn, Dr. Spencer Quinn, I got a question for you too. you've been working in science back, for your whole career, and you see a fish out of water. Sometimes, you kind of feel like one, sometimes two, out here, in the midst with all these riffraff types. You see something in these groups of city slickers. You're like, I think them's are scientists. What do they look like to you?
They look like they are actually in the midst of almost like they were trying to do some kind of field research, like the way they have the dust on the clothes, the mud on the shoes. Like they were out in the field until very recently. Like this is kind of caked in more than so that if they were just like walking here from wherever they've been living to the bar. So I think they were out in the field. Perhaps they were doing something with one of the terraforming machines before they came in here.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, they seem way more animated, way more angry or scared or something, more than you see used to the scientists talking to each other. Anyway, so who's the pilot amongst you? Who flew who flew that big beautiful boat into this planet in this town?
Oh, why, yes. It was I, Akina, your humble pilot.
Well, how's she handling the weather?
It is very inclement for humans, and I am enjoying the beating of the sand against my skin. What a fine texture and grit to keep yourself well smoothed, I believe is I forget the word. Words are hard. Don't worry about it though. I'm sure I will find it later.
Well, everybody's there's all kinds of different folks around here. I have a cousin just talks just like them. They're real smart. Hey, okay, so let's see. What about? Is there anybody here with any military experience? Because I'll tell you what, anybody who has any military experience knows that there's some out of town here folks trying to look like they're in town, but they might be the type that kind of hides behind aviator glasses or something like that. They're not wearing them, of course. But sometimes you see people that are just like you, or you might have known in a past life, or types like that. We have any characters like that around here?
That would be me, ma'am. I'm Staff Sergeant Bendover.
So, how'd you sign up with this crew? You seem too professional to hang out with this lot.
Oh, I certainly am, ma'am. I'm here mostly to recoup the cost of a risky surgery that went wrong, as well as to right some wrongs. Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I bet you recognize a lot of wrongs here in this verse, especially around this parts.
Yeah, these people are filthy.
Now, does your keen military insight sense any danger here in this place?
Oh, there's danger all around, ma'am. These people don't play.
All right.
It takes a well-trained soldier to notice all this stuff right here. Yeah.
I gotta say, that's a keen soldier's eye, because I have a feeling you might be right. Now, last but certainly not least, there's someone here that knows more about dirt than anyone. Someone that might
certainly do, ma'am. And there ain't no ox in this. I tells you what, there's some poor quality dirt you got on this planet. Ain't no ox at all.
So true.
I tells you what.
Now, sir, do you know anything about terraforming? The fancy talk for turning bad dirt into good dirt. I bet you know all about that.
Nope. I just know how to get the ox out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You focus on the air and their wealth.
I'm an ox farmer.
Yeah, to you, bad dirt is the one with no ox. The good dirt, you got a lot of ox.
And this planet,
if you will.
Exactly. This planet ain't got nothing on it. Your dirt tastes like nitrogen.
It never did. It never did. In fact, folks here know that they had to truck in dirt clear from the moon. The moons of this planet. Bring it down here. They made it livable because they thought they're gonna have to abandon the whole place when they try to do it. But turns out, folks even way out here are good at can figure out a thing or two and put their when they put their mind to it, they grow crops. But goddamn, you couldn't tell any of that happened today. So what do? people see you coming. So like when you come in, you know the wind is howling outside, right? So you open the door. Everybody naturally turns to see the group of you come in, and they don't pay that much attention. And you right away see Izzy right there. She's been waiting, kind of hands on her hips, looking for you, Bubble. What is it? What do you do?
I'll just mosey on by. It's like, hey, Izzy, want a drink? Or want to buy me a drink?
You know what I'm here for. Our friend said you're going to deliver the package, and I don't think it meant you.
I mean, I am a package.
Cute as a button you are.
Few scars over the years, but I am a package. So you don't want to do pleasure before business?
She doesn't look inclined. In fact, she says, "There's Alliance here. She says, there's Alliance here. I suggest we get our business done and done quicker than you might imagine." And in fact, on cue, you see a group of the military type townies. You saw a few of them near the back in the bar. Ben spotted them at the beginning. They seem to take notice. They have like short hair. Look way too professional to be out on these parts. They're now looking, and you wonder if maybe it's too obvious, and you might find it difficult to get out.
JJ, I mean, I think we should just like relax, chill, and just pass the time. It looks like it's a bit crowded right now to do anything.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up a 10 segment clock. This is the clock that is going to you're going to have to fill to get to deliver this package and safely get off this planet, because that's what you want to do. But things don't go smooth all the time, right? So it's going to be 10 segments and not smooth.
All right, then. So he's talking to whoever our client is. I didn't pay attention. It didn't matter to me. This doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah.
I am interested in talking to these researchers, though, and perhaps if they get a bit loud and rowdy about whatever it is they're upset about, might prove a interesting enough distraction for myself and perhaps these Alliance soldiers by the door.
Excellent. Because as you say that, you hear some rumblings outside, as if there's nothing but horses and an occasional speeder coming by here. It sounds like a larger type of hover truck might be outside, and God knows you never seen anything hover around here. These folks would be scared seeing something like that.
All right. So I approach them. I am now going to mark two things off my items. Neither one's going to take up a load because they're both italicized, but I do have them.
Oh.
I am in
Let me ask
also.
you, wait, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to. I didn't mean to interrupt. Did anybody take a load out of 3?
Light. I have
Only
light
2.
load.
I'm sorry, 1. I meant whatever the one that's most obvious. Did anybody take?
You mean did
heavy?
anyone take heavy 6?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I took heavy. I have heavy 6.
Oh, okay. So
I'm a big boy. What you want from me?
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
Incognito.
fine.
No, I'm not in
We're
So-
flying under the radar already.
I
I'm
literally
gonna just-
have no idea of that.
Mistakes have already
Thank
been
you,
made.
Thank you for making this more exciting by doing that. Because so if you don't know the system, this is my first time running the system. I will try to do my best, but the heavier the load you have, the more obvious it's going to be. And so if there's some military toughs in there, see somebody come in ready for a fight, they are going to take notice. So I guess I can say, when I said previously they took notice of you, they took quite a bit of notice. of you. And maybe they didn't make a quick move, but I would say that at least, Ben knows that they know that he is armed to the teeth, right? If that made sense. Everybody's sort of the tension is rising. But I don't want to get in the way of our doctor's attempt to approach these scientists. Let me tell us, what do you do?
All right. So as I was saying, I am also in recognizable medical garb as well. I have actually what looks like almost Alliance rescue equipment, like almost like I'm a paramedic. Like I have a filter mask on, the blue like kind of scrub / jumpsuit wearing. Like I'm essentially I dressed up to bear this weather as, I wore emergency gear because this weather could lead to an emergency.
All right. Well, okay. So now, is there any cost to you doing that? Is it like a stress cost or no? You just get it?
It's just my items. So right now I'm just telling you what my items are. So right now I've marked off recognizable medical garb, as well as fine bedside manner. Both of these don't actually count against my load. They are just things I have that I can use in this situation to make myself more approachable towards these other medical or scientific researchers.
I like it. Okay, so describe to us what you see, what you're doing.
So the first thing he would do is kind of listen in to see what they were talking about, pick up kind of what jargon they are using. Are they like actual medical? Are they more here for the terraforming research? Like, what are they actually here for? Because they are out of place. And I would like to first figure out why they're out of place, besides just their appearance.
All right, so I believe in this game, you get to decide what you want to roll, and then based on what you decide you want to roll, I can tell you whether you're in a risky position or not, and then the level of effect that you're going to have. And if I don't say anything, I'm just going to set it this way, like in case I don't go out of my way to say you're being desperate or you're being controlled, just assume risky. If I don't say,
great effect, poor effect.
Yeah, it's just standard effect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Risky standard is the baseline. Got it.
Yeah.
I think in this case, let me double check to make sure I am doing it correctly. I believe I'm going to be studying, but I want to make sure I do have that correct. Let's see, study. Yeah, scrutinize details and interpret evidence. I think this would be a study because right now I'm studying them. I'm not
scientific people studying scientific. But I like it. You're going to have standard effect then. If it were. See, like, I know I could fuck with it, right? Because if I thought you were trying to get away with something, like, okay, you could study, but that's a limited effect, as opposed to, using something else.
Right.
So,
and obviously, I think because, one of our crew members is a bit more obvious, and I obviously entered with them, I'm probably still in that risky position.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Otherwise, I could see the argument there. But I think we'll just do, yeah. Now,
okay.
Now you can. You can, if you like. You can do what the devil's bargain, right? If you want to, you could trade position for effect if you like. I love that. So like I built that into the City of Mist game. It wasn't even in the rules where you can like negotiate with the MC. This has it specifically in the rules where you can negotiate with the GM, for enhanced effect or less risky of a position.
No, it's the first roll. Nothing super at risk right now. I think I'm just going to do normal. Just see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. Risky and a standard effect. No bonus die. That's a failure. That's a 3.
That's a fail. Okay. All right.
How dare you?
So you make your way up to the up to the scientists, and just as you do it, so I don't want to hold your role against Ben. So would it be
Ben can take it.
If I may make a recommendation, if they're speaking like scientific jargon, maybe it's just not a science I'm versed in, so maybe I don't actually know what they're talking about, so I'm kind of entering the conversation blind. So if I'm trying to like get in on it and whatever they're talking about, I'll have like a worse position because I'll be essentially speaking from a place of ignorance as opposed to a place of knowledge.
He'll be the guy that comes in laughing on a joke they said and not understand what the joke was at all. He'll just like,
okay, so here's what I'll, yeah. Okay. It was like,
Igneous rocks.
I don't even know her. And you're like, no, that's the name of our project, Operation I Didn't Even Know Her. It's very serious.
Man.
What are you laughing about? Okay, so something like that happens. But can I ask you a question? Would it be appropriate to say, okay, you can come back and try it again from a risky position, but since it was a risk or from a desperate position, right? But if you start out with risky, would it be appropriate to say just give the crew one heat because somebody kind of notices what you're doing, and maybe.
The only thing that I would say against that would be that all I was doing right there was listening in on them. I wasn't talking to them yet. So they might have noticed me talking when I talked to them,
Okay. All right. Okay. You can try again with a risky position, but in the meantime, here's why it might be a little bit risky as well. They're like, who's this guy trying to talk to us in our secret meeting? But Ben, you get distracted. You're watching or you're trying to pay attention to everything. There's too much going on. But suddenly, before you know it, there are two large, obviously military type people. They sort of lost their cover. One on your left side puts an arm on your shoulder. And they put hands on your left shoulder. One on your right side puts their hand on your right shoulder, and they just say, I hope you and your crew will come with us quietly. We don't want to make a big fuss around here.
I hope you'll kindly remove your arms from my shoulders before they get misplaced.
We can't do that.
Oh, yes, you can. It's easy. Just lift it up. It's not hard. It's part of your muscles.
They don't move.
Okay. I see you're choosing the hard way of this. Okay, so we're just gonna. So
one of emotions.
Can I break his finger very quickly? Okay,
yes.
Cool. That's great. Thank you.
Well, can you just do it? No, you can roll.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say breaking a finger is easy. Okay, yeah, I got that. Hold on.
Yeah,
maybe not against two prepared military professionals.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
You down. I mean, so okay.
Oh, they're holding me down? I thought I was literally standing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even imagine. Okay, so if you're standing, then that's a better position. Actually, I think that even makes more sense. I don't know why.
Yeah, because they haven't threatened me yet.
That's just crazy. You're a military person. Polly, do better. Okay. All right. So they come in. They feel they don't know you, right? They may know your ex-military, your possible military, but they don't know your whole history, right? So maybe they underestimate you and they come up from behind you and put their arms on your shoulders while you're standing. So we'll say, that won't be a desperate roll. That'll be just risky then.
Oh, okay, perfect. There we go.
Standard effect.
With the standard effect. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, a 5.
Okay, so that's a mixed success. So you disarm. We'll say you. Okay, so you get 1 tick off of your 10. Is there a So I should have figured out how to put a clock up. I mean, I know I can do that, but if there is a clock up, I mean, I could just put it on my own sheet. But now you have 1 mark off your 10 segment clock. So you're 1/10 the way out of here. However, instead of them taking immediate action over you, could before you moved and you broke the person's guy's finger, tried to motion somebody over. You grabbed. So, tell me exactly what you did. Describe what happened. You successfully broke his finger, but I want to hear how you did it.
Oh no, I can totally do that. Okay, so essentially, with the burn on my right, essentially I saw his trigger finger closer to my shoulder blade. So I quickly reached up, grabbed it, and snapped it before anything. Yeah. And as that happened, am I allowed? Can I make another move real quick?
Okay, so here, because it's a mixed success. The guy, he's kind of bitch made, as it turns out. came in way too tough, didn't know who he was messing with, but now you've outed yourself as having some seriously good hand-to-hand combat training. He screams like, ah! Everybody kind of reaches for their gun. What do? You can make a move right now very quickly if you like.
Oh, okay. I will utilize my fine martial arts style to break the wrist of the other man and his dominant hand. Because essentially at this point, I know for a fact that he's going for his pistol and he's using his dominant hand at that point. So I'm assuming he's right-handed based off his stature and the boots that he's wearing. And then essentially from there, I snap his right wrist to essentially to take advantage and make sure they're both incapacitated at that point. Not incapacitated, but immobilized.
Effect. That description is professional enough that I don't really understand it. It sounded very good, so I'll say that's controlled. So
all right, everyone figured out the secret makeup terms that Polly doesn't understand to get better effects.
I know, that sounds pretty convincing. So
no, Staff Sergeant Bendover is professional. It's good.
I very obviously coming out the gate showing us that you're showing us where your value is to this crew.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you all notice the scuffle going on, and you're like,
you said controlled and standard, right?
I would say controlled standard effect.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Another 5.
Okay. So with describe what happens. It's a mixed success, but there'll be no downside because it was controlled in my judgment.
Essentially, again, as I snapped the one's wrist to immobilize his shooting hand, him crying in pain and everything. I then hit both of them to the floor, and I don't know if you want to say that they're knocked out, but their heads literally collide to the floor afterwards because they're both screaming in pain from the agony. One from his pinky finger, from his shooting finger, and the other one from his wrist. And then I grabbed them both with both hands and slammed them down to the floor. So you could say they're incapacitated if you wanted to, but I slammed them down with enough force to put them down.
Okay, I'm just gonna accept that as being the case. Now let me say this: how many segments do you mark off for that? Now 2?
I would probably say 2. I'm pretty good at getting segments done. I don't know what they are, but we can say that.
It's the segments on our 10 segment clock. So basically,
so
how many total segments
effect.
do we have now?
Okay, got it, understood.
Yeah, so it's standard effect, mixed success. So we'll say you get another segment, and then I'll just say there's nothing bad that happens immediately. In fact, someone else, whoever volunteers first, can make a move.
Yeah.
I was gonna say doctor, but that's not correct.
No. Topsoil.
Topsoil.
Topsoil. Do I see anyone else coming at Ben?
Oh yeah. A bunch of folks that now you strike you as kind of wearing similar clothes, probably military trained, clearly no match for Ben, are now sort of going for their gun. At this point now they've almost drawn. You're gonna get if you out yourself, you might get shot at.
So I grab a bottle of tonic off the nearest table and I just king hit one from behind.
Okay, so you're right behind one, it turns out.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna say, okay, so you're right by the bar. Why don't you how are you gonna make this move? Is this a scrap?
This is a scrap. I'm hitting him with a bottle.
All right. Now this is a tough thing here because 1, there's got to be a bottle around. 2, you're going to be doing it right in front of people who are going for their gun. The good news is you haven't made yourself known yet. So why don't we say risky standard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think while this is happening, Akina is also just trying to be nonchalant up against the bar with a glass of water. And you see some of the water dribbling out the side and just puts it down and goes, I do think these people may need medical attention. As you reach behind Akina to grab this bottle and smack it up someone's head.
Well, 4s are also mixed successes.
All right, so here's what you do. You mark off 2 more segments, so you're now 4 out of 10. And let's see now. However, when you crash that bottle over that feller's head, he doesn't quite go down right away. As a matter of fact, he was kind of caught. He got he's the sergeant, we'll say. He's a little bit better trained. He catches him unawares, and instead he goes for his gun. He tries to shoot you. Boom! But it doesn't hit you directly. It gives you a bit of a shot in the arm, if you will. We'll say it's harm 1. You can either take that harm or you can resist.
Okay. What does resisting involve?
It'll so in this game you can decide to not take any consequence I give you, but you have to roll a resistance roll, and that roll is the number of dice that's based on the value of whatever's associated with the move that you made.
No. So if we say that I get shot, then because he turns and shoots me, I just yell, "Looks like we got a bar fight," and I kick him in the nuts. And then he topples over. If I get shot, he goes down, and I kick him in the nuts.
Okay, so the resistance roll would be this: is you would not take the harm and then roll the dice and gain stress. If you want to make a deal with me,
I'm making the deal that I'll take the harm as long as he goes down. As long as I get the kick in the nuts.
Get the harm anyway. That's part of your mixed success, as I give you the harm. And the question is do you want to not take the harm?
No, I'm fine with taking the harm. This is
Okay. Then I'll say, look, if you kick him in the nuts, you get him in the nuts.
Okay, he doesn't have to go down. I just want to kick him in the nuts and say, "Looks like we got an old-fashioned bar fight."
Woo! Somewhere deep in the lore of every role-playing player who's ever played the game is cheering right now for the first for the first session where there's inevitably going to be a bar fight.
You love to start strong.
Yeah. Right. All right. So, Captain, your contact is looking real upset that you're still here and haven't given her the item. Are you going to give her the item or what?
I'm just, while all that's going on, I just tell her, remember the Faraday gig at Harvest, the swap, and I go to, and essentially I move a bottle close to her hand to grab, and I go to kiss her. But as I move the bottle, I'm also moving the item close to her.
Oh, clever. Okay.
And expecting the bottle over my head, as in to be smashed. That's my subtle
That's so
swap.
fancy. Wow, that was such fancy talk. I'm gonna let you have that without a roll. Now, what would you like to do? So, she nods. Still got it, eh? Still got it, Ace. Grabs it. She starts to slyly, she has this way about her. She has dark hair. She's wearing, clothes that fit in pretty well. She has this way of kind of fading into the background. She sort of goes back to the wall. Somehow,
Well, she didn't hit me over the head with the bottle?
Nope. No,
That's what I was expecting.
Well, no. Now, what are you going to do? You successfully delivered the package to you. Now you want to get out. You want to get you and your crew out. You're going to get paid. You know that. This is for cred on the line.
Is there other locals here?
Oh yeah. The bar's packed. People are coming in trying to avoid. Clearly, the weather has just got out of hand.
Let's accidentally push the locals into the fight.
All right. Okay. Well. Okay. So tell me, what do you do and what do you hope to achieve?
Accidentally.
With my limited scrap, throw a bottle from the direction of the Alliance onto one of the.
Are you trying to ventriloquist this bottle from you're like, oh, you don't see it, and from somewhere
I'm gonna
else?
say this is gonna be okay. So you'll probably get seen at this point. So I'll say it's risky limited because I don't think throwing a bottle across a bar where a bar fight just exploded is gonna achieve anything. You can. This is just like any other Powered by the Apocalypse / Forge in the Dark type game. If you don't like my deal, you can restate what you did. You could change your mind, you know. If you think, well, man, that's not going to work.
Otherwise, I'm just going to try to get out the back door.
You're going to slip out yourself.
I'll slip out myself and see if there's others out there.
All
there
right.
was a
So
big
the bars exploded. You could probably make it out there if you don't call too much attention to yourself. If you want to, you know, be sly, if you want to skulk around, maybe, I don't know. I'd say it'd be risky, but if you make it out, I'll say it'll have standard effect. Well, it'll have great effect for you, but standard effect for the crew if you happen to sneak out, because you might be able to find some folks out there to help. I don't know. Maybe you could.
Well,
I don't know. There's no cavalry.
Or cause a distraction outside.
All right. Yeah.
If there's something out there,
very
like
possible. Very
hovel
possible.
truck. But so skulk, risky, you say?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd say risky with standard effect.
Standard effect. And my dice didn't roll, of course. 4.
It showed you roll a 4.
Yourself a mixed success. So we'll take one more box off. Wait, is it 1 or 2? Well, 2 more boxes off that. So you have 6 out of 10. Why, by God, you know. So there must be. So like, this is how this game works, I think, because now you've marked 6 out of 10. There's only 4 more. 4 more. I said if you fill this pie, right? You get to be off the planet, which was probably, you know, in retrospect, kind of generous of me. But, you know, I'm a woman of my word. So there must be something real good out there, Kaplan, that you run into. What is it that's going to save the day?
Well, you said that something came out in a hover. We heard something hover come out.
Right. I was trying to make you scared, but I tell you what, it seems like you're going to be able to turn that in your favor.
Did the Alliance bring something fancy?
Oh yeah, of course they did. You know, now it seems a little more sciencey than more military. You thought it was a big military truck, but you know, since I got to change the story a little bit, you know, and I never said one way or the other. There's like bubbling, there's a lot of fancy sciencey. You know, it's over your head. You don't mind too. I don't understand no science, but you know, the smart guys are in there probably, not the tough guys.
Well, let's see if we can. The smart guys are in the hover thing.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Hey,
I was just going to steal it and beat the horn as I drive off.
You tell me, how are you going to get these last 4 pieces of the pie filled in so you can get yourself out of here and get paid?
I was just going to steal their truck and try to get them to chase me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, how are you going to be doing that? Let's say that there's. I mean, okay. All right. So here's what I'll say. There's enough people out there that you're going to have to describe to me how you're going to steal it. So like, you come in with the truck, you got a couple of guys in the front, you know, they're sciencey guys. You could probably take them in a fight, but you don't know what's in the back of the truck. It's almost like, we'll say it's more like a van. Does that make sense? You know, It's got a whole internal area, you know, it says Alliance Scientific Service. No, it says Blue. Sorry. I don't know why I said Alliance. I guess I just sometimes I can't read too good. It says Blue Sun Scientific Services. Sorry. Blue Sun Terraforming Services, Inc.
Go. Just walk up to the front, like to the driver, and from underneath the window,
flying out the window of the saloon.
Gun to the window. Say, "Hey, I like your truck. Mind if I borrow it?"
Okay, that would be
as the other one looks over to me, pull the other gun out, and have that one facing him.
All right, so I think
you're walking today.
To me, that sounds like a command.
Command. Which one? Scrap?
Command, I would say. That's where you're going to get the most effect. So I would say with them fellas, they're just sciencey types. I would say that with this, you know, you're going to have. It's going to be controlled and standard effect.
Do I get a bonus dice?
Bonus die? Well, there's a couple of ways you can get yourself a bonus die, and that'll be up to you. You can use a gambit.
I might use a gambit here if we've got one.
Yeah, we start each job with, I believe, 2.
Yeah, I think 2.
So if you're
you
using
can-
it straight up at, I don't have any command.
Oh
fair.
no. Well. Here, what do you have? What do you have? So,
Consort, sway, scrap, skulk.
okay, so in this game, the player gets to choose which one you want to roll, right? So like you could change your approach, right? Because it seems like you're going to get the most from a command roll. But if you want to if you want to fool them fellers and get them to give you the truck, that might be more, attuned to your kind of sensibilities as a charlatan type,
Well, I thought that would be sway, not command.
sway is more like to cajole or to use your
Thank you for the
use
follow.
your charm, not just tell people what to do.
Yeah, not threaten.
Yeah,
Sway is not threaten. That's command.
yeah.
Sway's like a believable lie, like a little white lie. kind
Never
of
tell me
situation.
I'm taking a gambit. Let's do command.
All right. Alrighty.
Now
Never
you
tell me,
still- Because you have nothing in command, right?
Yeah,
So you're still going to roll 2 dice and take the lower result.
but then I get a dice.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you just roll 1 die, then not 2.
yeah. And I mean, if
Yeah,
you
'cause
really,
otherwise it would be. You're right, Wolf. So like in this game, 0 is pretty bad, right? Like it's like rolling with disadvantage. You roll 2 dice, take the lower one, which is pretty ugly. But
You could-
anyway,
you
But I
could
still get
stress
an extra dice
yourself.
onto that lower dice.
oh yeah, you can push yourself. There's a mechanic where you can take stress to
Mhm.
give yourself another die. You want to do that too?
Yeah.
You can give yourself two dice.
Let's do it. 2 dice. Thank you for the other follow. Let's do this. So,
And how much stress you
rolling.
take? 2 stress? 2 stress, I think. I don't remember.
I'll mark it down either way. Let's
Alright.
do this. So command, and I'll add 2 dice. Whiskey, did you say, or higher?
I would say it's controlled,
Controlled,
with standard effect.
standard effect, 2
Yeah,
bonus
because they're
dice.
scientists, they're a little they're kind of, they ain't used to being scared by guns,
4 and a 2.
I can't see. 4 and a 2. All right, so that's a mixed success. You're gonna mark 2 more off that pile. You only have 2 left now. 2 more left to get out of there. So I'm gonna say, tell us what you did. Tell us what happened.
As soon as they peacefully exit the vehicle, I'm jumping in, honking the horn, revving this thing up as whatever it revs, and I'm just straight out. Any hitching post in the
driving
I don't
away.
know how to drive these things. I ride horses. Screw this shit. Just have some fun. Drive it like I stole it, because I just did.
You do just donuts in front of the bar.
All right, so
It's like when you buy your
okay, so we're
first
gonna
manual
cut back
car. You don't know how to do it, but you love it.
So I don't know, to be honest with you folks, I don't know how you're going to get out of this situation here with only 2 more pies to fill in, but you could sell me on it is all I'm saying. And I ain't going to hold you back, but I'll tell you what, you got to get out on your own. You can't just walk out of a place like this after you started this big here ruckus. So what? So
I got a vehicle.
why don't I cut back now? What is our let's see, who, God, I try to keep the same order now. Was it the doctor or a military man that went first before? I think it was a doctor. All right. So everything, your big plans have gone up in smoke, but seems like things are actually not too bad. What do you do?
Well, I'll invoke more mechanics of this game. I'm going to have a flashback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
This will most likely probably end up being a 2 stress flashback, but I'll describe what I do. So I'm going to mark another piece of my load, which also still doesn't cost me anything. I'm going to have illicit drugs.
All right.
My flashback is we actually landed fairly early before the storm even hit. So I snuck ahead to this saloon knowing it was the meeting and assuming it was going to go wrong like it usually does. I rigged up the ventilation system.
Oh yeah, that would
To
stressful.
pump in-
You sure did.
Yeah.
You sure did, dude. You sure did, didn't you?
I
Yeah.
I would like to assist, if I can, to give you a bonus dice. I think Akina, with their rigging, some of their rigging knowledge would come through. Rigging and hacking would be like, yes, a simple ventilation malfunction is nothing that we cannot fix in here, and just like helping to like put the like a fan behind it, so it essentially just like blows whatever the powder is into the into it. I like if you press a button, just Wile E. Coyote style.
So yeah, in this case, I think it would be doctor, because I have to get the dose right that people won't die from this if I do it wrong.
That I think that's fine. You know, I'm gonna say it's controlled with great effect.
Cool.
You know, since you went in early, it took you stress. You're a doctor. You know how to do doctor stuff.
Yeah,
and it's in the ventilation system. Well, golly, you know, you could knock everybody out. No, but the problem is here. How are you gonna make sure not your whole crew don't get poisoned?
Well, I know for a fact that I am currently wearing medical equipment that has respirators on it. I don't have to worry. I know another one of my crew also doesn't have to worry for unspecified reasons. The only person we have to worry about getting out is the soldier, who will just drag out because everyone will be unconscious and no one's fighting us anymore. What does it matter? Okay, we got him. Let's go.
What about the guy that just got shot that's also in the bar bleeding out?
There's 2 of us and 2 unconscious people. We'll get you out of there. It's fine.
You're an oxygen farm. You should know how to hold your breath.
I'm a cutting line military soldier, and I got knocked out by drugs. What the fuck?
All right. Well, here.
Well, I still got to roll to see if it works. So let's do my roll here. I do have a bonus die because Akina did assist, so I'll be rolling 3 dice.
Yeah, and I think you take stress for your assist.
I do.
1 stress for the assist. So you said this was a controlled to great effect?
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say that. I was thinking about changing up, but I already said what I said.
Okay. All right. Controlled.
I said what I said.
Great effect. 3 dice.
Come on, big money.
Oh, 3 6s.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're going to hell.
Crit, baby.
6.
You just tell us what happened there. You just
of course. I also prepared the rest of the crew for this. I give the predetermined signal, and they put on their respirators as well. And then I hit the button, and instantly, the place just fills with this like noxious green gas that you would think would be more harmful, but it's really just going to put everyone to sleep for a little bit. It's all good. Speaking of, another bonus thing we get, because I critted, we get a gambit back.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad there's multiple people here who know these here rules, because I'm not too up on them. I was too busy writing the campaign for all you. So I appreciate there's experts here, keeping me honest.
So, with that, everyone in the crew dons their respirators. The gas pumps in, and everyone just almost like a light switch gets flipped, just goes down. And suddenly the fight's over.
And there's a jukebox still playing weirdly in the background as you step over the bodies and you make it out there and you radio Karsh, however.
Can I bust open the cash register before we leave?
Sure you can. Sure you can there.
These people.
Yeah, just shaking a head, but isn't stopping.
I also reach over the bar and grab the only good bottles of liquor they have here.
Nice.
All right.
Well, make sure you keep in mind that you have all that. You know, you got a bunch of creds, or not credit. You know, you got a bunch of change from the old register. This ain't a well-to-do town, but you got a little bit of pocket money for sure. You know, you make off with a nice bottle of booze. You know, they got at least one top shelf bottle you're able to identify since everybody's not moving too fast. You make it outside. I assume you radio Ace right away, and he says, "Oh wow, okay, I got ourselves a ride." You ride. Go ahead, tell us, what do you do?
We all mark off the communicator so we can talk to each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I got ourselves a ride out of here. It's all fancy stuff.
Yeah, you see Akina just walk up purposefully up to the front seat and just literally shoves you over and just sits down, be like, oh, what an excellent make and model. And you see them like start doing it, like they adjust these blue gloves that they have on as they grip the steering wheel, and they're like, are we ready to go? Honk honk for
Hey,
safety.
I was having fun.
You were driving in circles and wasting precious fuel and resources.
It wasn't our fuel and wasn't our resources.
Now,
They are now.
You all be better hustling it up because you're going to get another clock real soon if you don't. Because there is for a small town in the middle of nowhere. It makes you wonder why you were asked to come out here, because there's a lot of activity. Other blue sun scientific services, terraforming services vans, you know, and they're all blue colored vans with little white writing on there. Real well done, except they're all messed up from all the dirt and stuff. But they seem to be more numerous than you might think. You see some kind of military looking vehicles too. You got to make your way off this planet. This is your chance if you make your way out of here now.
Yeah, you see Akina just fiddle with, I assume, a stick shift and goes, hold on, please, and just starts taking off where G-forces are pushing you guys back through there as they are just sitting upright and at the 10 and 2 position as they speed through the various areas.
This wouldn't happen if you wore your aviators.
I assume I'm in the back and I'm just getting thrown around, just screaming like I'm in pain and stuff. And I'm just like, somebody fix me.
We'll do it when we're on the ship. You'll be fine.
Did I see
I'm in
bleeding?
hurt. I'm hurt. And can't they trace my blood?
Fine. I'll mark off my syringes and applicators, which also, once again, doesn't cost everything off my items. So I can just have a bunch of stuff, apparently. And I will, like, quickly just inject a painkiller into your shoulder.
Sweet.
Yeah, and while they're screaming in the back, Akina just reaches over to the radio and just turns it up to drown out the screaming. It's like, I have heard that it has negative effects to hear others in distress. Let me help, and just drowns out the coming from the back. Yes, much better. Very soothing.
This is my jam.
And then it cuts to the opening credits. Dun, 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 leaf on the wind. Yeah, or however it sounds. Take my love. All right, well, good. Congratulations. You made it off of the Deadwood planet. You're all in one piece. You don't know what happened to Izzy. You assume, though, however, she could take care of herself, right? You delivered the package. You assume you're going to get your 4 cred payment that you worked so hard to do. Now, in this game, folks, there is something that you do every time you finish a job. Now, I didn't cause you to have to go through a whole job, but that's my little special gift to you. You only have to finish the last part of it, and you get the bonuses, which is the downtime rules. And we'll just pull those little special fellas up here, right here. We'll go through them one by one and learn them together. For those of you who know them, great. You're going to be extra special useful today. Oh, tell me this. How did you become captain?
I think I was the one that stole the ship.
Yeah, you stole it, huh?
Well, it was just left over after the war.
All right. Anybody looking for that there?
Well, they were in the war, so probably not.
I guess we'll leave that.
It's been a while. If they haven't found it in 5 years since we've had it, since we've been a crew, then yeah.
Fair enough.
Squatters' rights.
All right, so let's pull up these here rules for downtime. All right. So first, payoff and upkeep. You got 4 creds. 4 creds, small job. Now you have to pay for upkeep, right?
We do.
So, how do you decide that? I forgot already.
It is system quality plus crew quality divided by 4. Our system quality is 5 because we have 5 things marked off. Or sorry, no, it's 3 because that's crew quality. So we have 3 Plus 2 is
Okay.
5 divided by 4.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Because you didn't do a whole
Math.
job or whatever, we're not doing that. You don't need to do that. Heat. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you a little heat though for starting the bar fight. Why don't we say you get after the job completion takes heat in the system the job took place. We'll say standard exposure 2. You take 2 heat.
Okay.
They started it. They shouldn't have grabbed my shoulders like that. I felt
Yeah, well,
violated.
2 heat. That's don't even worry about it. You can shake that off, no problem. I trust you're a bunch of professionals. So now entanglements. You're gonna roll this. It's gonna be 1D. So if somebody wants to roll a D6, we could figure out if anything's gonna happen. You don't have any wanted levels. This is just starting, so you don't expect too much.
I'll roll it.
All right.
I was gonna roll it. I got you.
5.
So what does that say?
Either really good or really bad.
It is says cooperation. All right. So this is when somebody cooperation.
A faction you have +2 or +3 status with asks you for a favor. Agree to it or lose a status with them. If you don't have +2 or +3 faction status, you avoid entanglements right now.
Okay, so I can't remember if you got plus. I don't think you have +2 on anything.
No, the highest we have is a
yeah.
+1. So
Well,
nothing happens. The
All
entanglements.
right.
Nothing goes on.
Excellent. That works better for me too. All right, now you get on your ship. You go someplace. This is where you do your downtime, and downtime is pretty open in this game. Like it's not like City of Mist where you have this, you just roll its mechanic. There's things to role play. There's anything you want to do. You get 2 downtime activities that are on the list, and then you could basically do anything else that's not on the list. But you can only do 2 downtime activities that are included on the list. The list is as follows. Here are the things each one of you can think about doing. You can acquire an asset. You can craft something. You can indulge your vice. Now, you want to indulge your vice to clear out some of your stress. Now, not many of you took much stress here at the beginning, so it's not going to be that big a deal. You can lay low to reduce your heat. You can do a long-term project, which is if something you want to work on your off time that's going to help. You can recover from harm. You can repair something. You don't need to do that. Your ship isn't tip top. Or you can train. So why don't we do this? Why don't I start from, at least from my view, we'll go from we'll start with somebody who knows the rules. Wolf, or Doctor. Doctor, what would you like to do during your downtime?
Mm-hmm. All right. So knowing that we I think the Doctor is a little bit. He's not stressed out enough to indulge his vices yet. Unfortunately, I'd probably lead to an overindulgence. So I think he's gonna lay low to help reduce our heat. Because I think if we only got 2, and it reduces it by 2, so no heat.
All right.
Well, then is clear there.
Is that what that does? Oh well, there you go. Okay, so hey, tell me how you did that. Just what did you do? You don't have to discuss. I don't think because it's just a mechanical bonus, but I feel it might help me visualize how you escape this.
Sure. So the side effect of the sleep thing that I put in was hallucinations. So everyone started hallucinating. So no one could verify who was actually there at the fight. There's no records. I plan ahead for these things, knowing that
you, Doc. I like the cut of your jib. You get work done and you do it clean, don't you? Don't you? All right. Well, good for you. No heat at all. Wow. You're so you're a real tough crew here that gets out real professional. Like I can see, I'm gonna like working with you. All right. So you do that
and,
one. And
for the second one, super simple. I'm going to train. So realizing how often we get into fights, the Doctor's like, should probably put on a bit more muscle. So he gets with Sergeant Ben and does a little bit of muscle training.
Oh,
get a little bit stronger.
I will work you out. Let's go.
So I will mark an XP on one of my attribute advancements. I'm going to do it in prowess. Okay. And that will be what I do during my downtime.
Nice. Thank you very much. All right. Well, why don't we why don't we go to our other rules expert here? I'm starting to get a feel for this here system, to be honest with you. Akina, what are you up
Hello.
to?
Hello.
And also, by the way, you can take this time. I didn't give you a special opening at the beginning of the show, but if there's anything else you want people to know about your character, well, I guess I'll go back to the doctor. Doctor, did you want to say anything else for the audience to know about you?
I'll at least describe what he looks like, if nothing else.
All right.
Yeah, when he gets back to the ship and they're like taking off, he starts getting rid of like all this kind of excessive like medical garb he had on, like the paramedic suit, the filter mask, all that. You see an older man, maybe late 40s, early 50s, long hair, kind of wavy, graying on the sides pretty heavily at this point. It's probably more salt than it is pepper anymore. Looks like he hasn't shaved in a couple days. Doesn't really keep up. Eyes kind of have bags under them. Bit slim, like not gangly or lanky, but probably could stand to eat a little bit more than he does. Just also kind of, some sharp features as well. His jaw is pretty well pronounced, nose as well. Like the eyes kind of narrow in, not like he's, kind of like a resting angry face almost, but he's not really.
Oh, all right. Well, he seems like a smart fellow, so that's good. Okay, Akina, quite a charmer here. Definitely knocked me off my socks first time I met you. Tell us a little bit. Well, tell us what your downtime stuff is, and then if you'd like to talk about yourself a little bit to our crowd here, that'd be swell.
All right. I think Akina is going to start. I think Akina's going to start a long-term project.
Okay. All right.
Yes. The project will be luring the goose out of the air vents.
Tell us about this here goose in the air vents. What's up? What's going on?
Yes. The goose was acquired on one of our first missions together. It is a very rare and valuable member of its species and should be protected, although some crew members have taken to throwing objects and cussing at the air vents.
I'm looking at all of you on that one. I don't know who that, I can't narrow it down by the looks of you.
Yeah, I find the creature's attitude quite refreshing, and its beautiful, beady black eyes to be quite soulful. I wish to be able to understand the goose on a more personable level, as I believe the goose has many things to teach to me as well. Yes.
All right. So, I'm going to say, I'm going to let you decide how many segments. I was thinking just 6 or whatever, because, but it could be a complicated, long-term project.
I think it's going to be a complicated long-term project.
I think it's at least 10. It's at least 10.
I'm going to let you decide that one. That goose could be up there forever.
It's so true. We'll split the difference.
We'll go 73.
Yeah, we'll split the difference. We'll do an 8, an 8er,
right.
Between a 10 and a 6. And it's going to be Goose Watch is what I'm going to call it. Goose Watch 2087. I don't know. So we're gonna see about getting that goose down and being friends.
All right.
Yes.
So,
first, it is starting off with goose research. What actually is a goose?
All right. So how many segments is the what is a goose clock? And then
I'm thinking it's going to be like a solid 2. Two segments is going to be research. Learning like the scientific name. Getting down to dietary habits, sleeping patterns, flocking regiments, primary like very in-depth details about like what the wing structures are supposed to be, the primary flights and things. Like really getting granular about breaking down to like specific, like almost to like a blueprint of what is a goose. What is a goose?
All right. So what are we calling this here clock? I'm putting it right here on the old Roll20.
I'm calling it Goose Watch. That's what
Goose Watch. All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that clock started. I got nothing else for it right now, and I think what is it? I believe that's one, and then my other would be just to take as part of that some of the downtime will just be building up a area within Akina's room. You see that Akina, when the truck had come in, Akina started breaking it down into like components for people to use, and you see some of the components disappear, along with a blue sun. The blue sun logo off the side of the truck disappeared as well.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what'd you do with them, or do we not know yet?
Yeah, you don't know yet. Don't worry.
All
It's
right.
it's going to be a part of the Vice.
Very good, very good. So now, you could still do another thing, another action if you like, because it's only going to be, it's two of the things on the list. There's like plenty of other things that you could do between jobs, right? This is just like which of the two from the list do you want to do?
Yeah. So I think the two from the list, it would be Akina indulging in their vice. You see just stealthily as this very svelte person dressed in impeccable, like fine clothes, like almost a business suit, head to toe, is working inside of the car to take everything apart, and every now and then you'll see just something disappear into a pocket. So just they're indulging in vice.
Oh, all right. Well, the thrill is when you get away. I could afford it, but it's more fun to take.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you. I had another cousin like that too. Anything not nailed down, they were all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate it, but please don't come to my house.
No,
all right.
Do not worry. Your items are safe with you today.
I don't believe you, but all right. Thank you very much for those fine assurances.
Very welcome. I only collect certain valuables that are specific to my wants and needs.
All right then. Well, okay. I don't want to get in the way of that kind of magic. I feel like there's something coming up on that, and you know what? I want to be just as surprised as the rest of us. Okay, so what do we do next?
Real quick, if Akina's indulging the vice, they have to roll.
Even if you don't have,
because you might overindulge.
It's true. So where is that? I'm having a hard
So
time
I'm on the book right now. So indulging your vice. When you indulge your vice, you're going to roll like a resistance roll, except in reverse. So basically, which attribute is your lowest? Your insight, your prowess, or your resolve? It's based on how many triangles are filled in underneath it.
Prowess and resolve are the same.
Okay. You would pick which one you roll, and whatever you get. There's actually, I think, an indulge vice button. Let me see.
Oh, I'll do that. I see it.
It's right. Yeah, hit that.
Oh, look at
I'm
that.
hitting it.
All right, let's see where that comes up. See if this little button solves our problems here.
I believe in you, little button.
Yeah, right.
Wow, you have more faith than I do.
I know, right? You can do it, Roll20.
It's doing really good right now. I can tell because I can't see nothing.
I know, right? Shoot.
Let me see if I can roll something just for fun. Let's see.
That's why I'll just roll under resolve, since that's my lowest one. We'll just see what happens.
All right. We'll see if that even works. I gotta tell you, I ain't holding my breath for this one, but we'll just see. Maybe I'll be surprised.
Oh yeah, she's.
Here's what happens: you succeeded with flying colors. There's no reason why you'd want to take any stress now, anytime. You just click around and see if you get that there character sheet working. I don't know, newfangled stuff the kids are using. It's all over my head, so I understand. All right, coming up next we have. Why don't we go with our captain? One, tell us how.
There we go. Justin. Yeah. Oh, and just another thing: the long-term project also requires a roll.
Oh well, if you want to add some segments to your Goose Watch, why not just give her a roll, let's stretch out our arms and legs and see if we can get this thing.
There we go. So I got
climb into
like
the ducks. Looking for the
get out of
goose.
here. Yeah, just getting out of here. And then to do that, hey. Oh, it's so mad, roll 20 that I rolled. Get out of here.
The roll 20 is amazing. You should check it out for all your virtual tabletops.
We love it. It's just it's we
just
have
too
a love-hate
awesome
relationship.
Yeah. It's I'm clearly not good enough for it. That's all.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
Well, let's go through.
I can let you know what your rolling of the vice does. You only had one because you helped me with a roll.
Yeah.
So that means you overindulged.
Oh
Yeah.
no, golly! Well,
So
that's
when you
weird.
overindulge, you have a choice of three things. One of which I think is off the table because it involves your character not being here. So I don't think that works for us. So the two options you kind of really have are rash action or big talk. Rash action is reduce your stash by 4, or if you can't or won't, the crew takes on a debt of 2.
Oh,
or you can big talk. You brag about your exploits. The crew gains +2 heat in the current system.
Let's go.
I think. Oh yes, absolutely. I think Akina probably does that. Big talk puts the heat right back where it was. It is. Literally, they go out for like a supply run, and as they are doing it, they just nonchalantly, mindlessly mention, be like, "Oh yes, this was a fine day, much better than the sandstorm on the the deadwoods planted." Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep. So just let's that go.
Anyway, have a great day.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that was funny. Okay, thank you very much for that one. Well, I'm real sorry about the failure.
And then
you want to roll for your Goose Watch?
Yes.
Since we're all in the business of rolling.
What would be Goose Watch roll? What would I?
think
Well,
it'd
you
be
said you're doing you're doing
studying.
scientific research first.
Roll
So I assume study.
scientific study. Yeah, all right.
I'm studying the goose. What is my position? Is it just controlled?
Yeah, I'd say controlled standard effect.
Input standard, absolutely. Bonus dice, none.
Okay, what happens if you fail? What am I going to do to you?
It's a mixed success, so it all worked out.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. You get 2 segments. Here, I'll fill in your 2 segments for you. I think. I'm going to get better at this, I promise you. All right, so you get 2 segments, and we'll say, I'm not going to complicate it too much. We'll just let that one go. But, do keep in mind, not all goose are alike. Maybe this one has a little extra feathers in it. Whenever you pull the goose out, it's been in the intake duct, so, much like poison flies through a bar, sometimes a bunch of feathers fly out of a ventilation system, life support system, right when you're in a battle. Just how that happens. But, for right now, probably nothing. Probably nothing going to be happening.
Oh, it's probably fine.
What are the odds?
This is normal molting behavior.
All right, I'll feel. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. You're
Goose
GM
Watch.
just filled
Look at it
in
go.
two pie slices. Here we go. Okay, Captain, why don't tell us, what do you do in your downtime? You succeeded in this job. You helped your crew get out, kinda. What are you up to?
Well, it's been a good day. It's been great. I think we need a good home cooked meal for everybody.
All right.
With the profits that we made, it's a little bit of profits, but I think we'll spend a cred to have a nice home cooked meal for everybody.
All right.
I will reduce our cred by 1.
And it also reduces everybody's stress by.
Well, we're doing a vice roll,
Yeah, you're doing another vice roll is what
Let's-
you're
so-
calling for. Let's fucking go.
I'm doing my
I
lowest.
like
I've never
this
done a
here
vice
crew.
roll. So
So please note, we are 100% going to overindulge because of this.
Yeah,
Karsh,
you've just, because none of us have stress, you've just made us all overindulge, you realize?
Yeah.
okay, then if that's the case, then I won't, because I don't know the system as well. I'll just do my own
right.
indulging. I'm going to indulge in my own vice.
do you have stress?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
I'm going to indulge
No,
in my stress.
I don't
and I'm
think you
going
actually
to
do.
and I'm going to
He's like, I'm
indulge
very stressed
do
out.
some gambling.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. Wait. When you go out gambling, where do you go? Maybe we could turn
Any
this
local town that we sit down for refueling anywhere.
Are you okay? All right. Here's what I want to tap into right here. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? I hear there's a casino in the Georgia.
Oh no, the casinos. They're too big business. They've
All
got
right,
cameras
all right, I'm just
everywhere.
talking that out.
I like the local saloons. I like to meet
All
the
right.
people, not be all snobbery about it.
Okay. All right. So, where are you playing cards at?
Just
Where you
any
flying?
local saloon.
You're the captain.
Anywhere,
You can tell
anywhere
these
that we
people
just
what's
sit
what.
down
Yeah.
to refuel.
On that supply run that Akina
On
went
the
and
supply
big
run,
mouth.
that Akina's talking about our job. Thanks, Akina.
Yeah. She's at the bar while you're playing cards.
Yeah,
All right.
Akina's there because Akina was the DD, but is drinking alcohol. As you see, again, it just goes down like into like a plant that they're sitting beside. You just see like a Shirley Temple just being watered into a plant behind them.
All right. So hold on a second. I'm gonna say you're laying low. You know, you have to go to a different system, I think, technically to lay low. But let's say you're laying low, playing cards, going on supply runs. See if we can figure out where you're at. I just want to know where you're at. You know, no specific reason. I just feel like wherever you're at, there might be something going on.
For no specific
Oh wow,
reason.
that's not eerie at all.
You know, as a matter of fact, yeah. I mean, hold on. Okay, so while I'm figuring out where you're at, tell me what do you doing with your downtime? You're going to indulge your vice.
I'm going to
playing
indulge my
cards?
vice, and I'm going to train. I'm going to train my command, which is going to be essentially in the mirror, drawing my pistols and looking fierce.
Nice.
That's how I'm drawing my command.
Sure.
All
So
right.
in that case, you're training your resolve, so you're going to mark one of the boxes next to the
Yeah.
resolve.
My resolve.
You're like, well, I better get better at that. So
Yeah.
don't worry.
Because
All right,
they hesitated. And said,
I
no,
feel you.
yeah. I need to look fierce.
feel
Work on
you.
the eyebrows. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna say you you know, you don't want to get too close to the core. You know, that's just not your style. But
No.
you know, the blue sun's got its own problems, so you want to definitely lay low from there. You head out to, we'll say, the Kalidasa system, also on the rim. Why don't we say you do a little gambling out there in we'll say the planet of heaven. Planet of heaven, you know, the reason why you like going to heaven is because no one likes gambling, at least they say, but they got the best underground places that no one talks about, but all the locals go play cards there. And I'll tell you what, because they're religious folks, they're not that good. So you like taking $1 or $2 or a credit or two off of those chumps, you know, those religious chumps.
And giving it to those that in need.
What? You're giving your money away? Wait a second here. What now? What nonsense is this?
It's not about the money. It's about the risk taking.
Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Okay.
Like,
You know,
I
I'll
didn't
tell you,
have
I'll
to
give
steal
you-
the vehicle. It was just
I will
funny.
I will give you a +1 on your indulge roll, your stress roll, because you're so kind to the locals. Now they give you a little. They're like, "Hey, are you looking for a little missus? You know, we're looking for a nice fella like you to come. We don't get a lot of nice fellas like you coming around. You know, while we hooked up another feller from out of town not too long ago, we got lots of young lassies here looking for a hitch up. What do you say, sir?"
I mean, that is my other vice, but I think I'll just focus on one at the moment.
All right, okay. But don't you be surprised if you wake up in a stupor tomorrow and you is hitched up with one of our best lasses here.
Let's just focus on the cards. No.
Oh, sorry, I'm just talking. I'm just
Yeah.
dealing. Sorry, I'm mouthing off.
Let's just focus on the cards tonight.
All right.
So let's do I'm just clicking on the indulge and then +1 to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Oh,
Let's do that, and we'll get a roll.
you wanna double down on that?
I don't want to double down on my gambling. Looks like I
All
might
right.
be
So
able
what does that mean? 4? Does that mean you succeed, or does that mean?
How much stress did you have, Karsh?
2.
You overindulge.
Oh,
Jesus.
dang it. Well, looks like okay, well you get to choose what happens to you too. Do your mouth off big? Do you get a little do you leave the campaign? You can't choose that one.
No, I'm not choosing the campaign. No.
Now you can
Yeah.
gain heat here in the old Kalidasa system if you like. It's only 2.
Tell them beating up those Alliance people. Those you, not me.
I wasn't beating up the Alliance people.
And
So what's the
here's
first one? There's
It's rash action. Reduce your stash by 4, or if you can't or won't, the crew takes on 2 debt.
oh yeah.
Yeah, gambling debt. Gambling debt.
Yeah,
Do
gambling
it. Yes.
Can I offer you a marker for 2 cred there, sure? Seems like you might need
You. Oh God, we hate this
Sorry.
captain.
This
Now,
is
I
going
will
well
say,
already.
we do currently have 6 credits. So if we want to pay it off, we can.
Yeah.
The ship has that if we want to pay
Spend
it off.
money to make money, that's right.
Yeah, you know, spend money to make
Nope.
money. So
Now,
it's just-
now let me offer you a deal. Hold on a second there, partner. Let's say you don't want to take cost 2. I'll give you double or nothing. You can roll a d6. We'll say if you get a 4 or 5, which is 1d6. I'm gonna be fair with you. 4, 5, or 6, you get no debt. You make your money back on one last big bet, or if you lose, then it's 4 debt.
How about this? You give me a bonus dice to that, and I give you a science vehicle of unknown origins.
You don't got that vehicle no more. You had to make it out of there lickety split.
Worth a try.
Who you think
Also,
you're trying to
Akina
scam?
disassembled it.
Yeah, I know. It would have
So,
been
you
in
know.
pieces.
For some reason, there's no blue sun sign on there anymore, but we got the here vehicle.
You say unknown origins.
Well, okay, but hey, I'm playing cards here or what?
Yeah, never tell me the odds. Let's go for it.
All right, just 1d6 is a flat roll, 50-50. I hope you miss.
So this is just
House
a straight
always
one
wins.
dice.
It's 1d6, yep. Oh, darn, dagnabbit, it's now you got 4 debt. Oh, gee whiz. Can I offer you another marker there, sure? Looks like the old crew might be paying a little extra for your gambling debt. Now, I'm afraid that's all the credit we can offer you. So, what else would you like to do?
Can I
with your
take my
downtime?
vice down? Can I take my stress down?
Yes, the vice does
Oh, yeah.
go down. No matter what, you rolled it, it went down.
Yeah.
How much
I don't know
debt
how it
did you
doesn't go back up.
Yeah.
None.
We'll
You
discuss it
didn't
later.
take any stress to do that.
We'll discuss it later.
4 cred. Now let me just, for the people at home, how much cred now does the crew have in total as a group?
We have on the ship 6 total cred. We now have
And then-
4 debt.
4 debt. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, unfortunately, here on this planet, you keep debt out too long, they're gonna send folks to get it. 4 cred ain't nothing to sneeze at. That could buy a ship for some people. It's a lot of money. So, like, here in this game, it's stacked. Like, I forget exactly how they describe 4 cred, but it's a bit of money. It's like a ship or something like that. So, someone will be home looking for that pretty soon. Unless you want to pay now. You want to pay now?
Let's all take a vote. Captain, do you want to pay the debt now?
I'll wait for everyone else's vote.
All right. Okay.
Sure.
Hold on. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to this question. Do you have anything else you want to do on your downtime?
No, that was it.
All right. All right.
Yeah, you trained as well, right?
Yeah, I trained. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You train. All right. Okay. Okay. So why don't we go with up next? We'll change the order a little bit. We'll go with. I keep wanting to call you Dr. Dirt, but you're not. You're Topsoil. Topsoil, what are you doing on your
PhD
downtime?
in dirt.
Yeah. You almost got left
Dirt.
behind. You know, you have any rancor for these peoples around here or what?
I'm gonna hit up the doctor to pull this goddamn bullet out my shoulder.
All right, that's probably good idea. You know, it wasn't in too
all
deep,
right.
kind of a flesh wound sort of thing. Only one harm. You know, not much harm done. Not no harm done.
I do still have to roll doctor to pull it out.
Yes, you do.
Alrighty. Rolling doctor. Yeah, I don't get any bonus die for anything. Since we're back on the ship, is this a controlled position?
Oh yeah. You know, this is going to be. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel silly even asking you to roll because this is sort of, you know, it's not even that deep of a.
Hey,
wound.
listen, the bullet
In
might
fact,
be
take
next
a
to an
plus
artery.
one. Take a plus
Okay.
1 to your roll because you got, you know,
Sure.
you got your own. It's a controlled. It's going to be fine, unless something goes horribly wrong.
I got a 6.
There you
Good.
go. You got yourself a fine full. You're feeling ship shape. How
All
about
right. So
This wasn't even a full bullet wound. This was a graze. Baby.
Do you see that bullet in that pan? You pulled a bullet out my shoulder.
It was stuck on your clothes. It literally like nicked you this much and then it got stuck. Frankly,
Anyway.
I'm surprised it got stuck.
I'm keeping it. It goes in my collection.
That's fine. It's yours. Get out of here.
Well, that does put me down to 0 harm again, which is very
Nice
nice.
job. Nice. That's the first time I ever doled out any harm in this game, and hopefully the last. I'm sure you will be all doing nothing wrong, you know, from here on out. What'd you
No.
like to do for your second?
The other one would be some training,
All right.
and it's gonna be for this training, it's gonna be training my resolve, which is how I interact with people. So I'm gonna hang out with Akina.
All right. Well,
Our paragon of human interaction.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, what do you do?
We just converse and talk and try and improve the way we talk to people.
Yes, you come up to Akina. I like to think that Akina is doing goose research, and like literally, you come up that just does a full 180 in the chair, and it's like, yes. How may I help you today?
And I'm like, we need to talk better.
And they just said like a blink. Your accent could use some improvement, and increasing your elocution would do much for your understandability.
Yeah, you got them learns to teach me.
Yes, the learns. I
Yeah.
suppose I could teach you a few things on how to properly enunciate.
Enunciation sounds like a fantastic thing.
Yes, first, try again. Enunciate.
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 Dora the Explorer. Enunciate.
Enunciate. Dora the Explorer. Enunciate.
Oh, so much better. You are doing great. I feel like we have interacted enough for now. And then we just like turns back around.
I'm like, I got learned.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's my downtime.
all right. Thank you.
I was tossing up crafting a goose down pillow. But I think that'll be next downtime.
We gotta get one more ship rotation for it to spit out more feathers before you got enough to build the pillow.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, what's our military man, Staff Sergeant Bendover, doing right now during your downtime? Seems like you're not a type that gets real calm or gets real loose anytime.
Oh no, I'm very loose. Look.
Oh well, I can't. Well, there you go. You proved me wrong right there. Okay. See that? You can't go around assuming. That's what my dad always told me.
Yeah, makes an ass out of something.
Right.
I don't know what that thing is, but I am well, because I jammed my finger on one of those Alliance members' skull. I feel like I'm out of practice, so I'm gonna train. But that only gives me that only gives me 1 tick, right? Not 2.
Yeah, it gives you 1 tick on either insight, prowess, resolve, or your playbook if you want to do like an overall advancement.
No, I'll put it on prowess because all I care about is scrapping people. So I'm just gonna make sure that's up. And then and then I wanted to ask, because I'm just very curious, because I was reading this and this is the first time I'm reading about downtime. If I wanted to acquire an asset, right? I wanted to acquire temporary use of an asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get the Aviators weekly magazine subscription that I have.
Okay.
And it hasn't been coming to me recently, so I'd like to acquire that.
All right. I believe, what is that? You roll your you
crew
roll
quality.
Yeah, crew quality.
So
which is
where
it's on the ship.
Oh, it's on the ship. Okay.
Now,
I was like, I don't know where crew quality is.
Now that can be adjusted by perhaps if you have some, inroads toward that. But I got to tell you, if they haven't been sending it to you, I wonder if there's some other reason for that. Maybe you didn't give them their forwarding address, probably, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not the best reader in the world.
All right. We'll see how you do. We'll say it's just a standard effect with it doesn't seem all that risky to get could reveal your location. So we'll say controlled standard effect.
So it's on the Loose Goose sheet.
So if you go to the Loose Goose, there's a little thing called crew quality. It's underneath the crew tab. You'll see it says crew quality 2. So you'll just roll 2d6 and take the highest.
I always thought we were 2, just average quality, just all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not
comparing average.
Well, I think the crew quality is higher. It's just the captain quality is so low that it balances
out.
That's probably the real issue right there.
So you got a 4, which means the asset is equal to our crew's quality. So I guess that means you got an okay issue of the magazine.
All right, nice.
Yeah, he got a 12-month subscription.
I'm gonna buy some new
Aviators.
Aviators.
You didn't get the premium edition though, so you don't get the special annual Aviator ones with the sexy ladies wearing their glasses.
You don't get the
There's no coupons. Is there coupons in this one? Because I'd like to clip coupons.
Oh, sure they are. There's extra coupons in the one you get, because that's only for the ordinary folks. The fancy people, they get the tatas and the hoo-has and the things like that.
They signed up for the premium monthly box of Aviator content, which comes with a new set of Aviators every month and stuff to take care of your Aviators. What that is, I don't know.
Aviator polish. He knows all about that. He reads all the articles on Aviator polish.
Yes.
To get that good glint as you turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So was that two whole moves, or was that just one? I can't remember. 2?
That was 2.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're more than halfway through our we try to run the games for about 3 hours. We take a little break between, helps me pull my stuff together. We can go to the bathroom. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. I say you know what? I'll let Karsh explain this all to you folks out there. Thanks for being here, by the way.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. Thanks everyone for coming in. Thanks for the follows. You can also subscribe as well, and all our YouTube stuff as well. That last subscription that came through was for our YouTube channel, so thanks for that as well. But we'll be back in 10 minutes, and enjoy the cantina from Syrinscape, and we'll see you shortly.
Bye.
And we're here. And I'm gonna have to.
Hello.
G'day.
I'm gonna have to set up the unmute button to the doors opening, because I'm like pressing all the buttons really quickly. But yes, we're back.
Yeah. That's all right. I do that all the time. Welcome back. Thank you for everybody for sticking around. Here we go. So our crew has done their individual downtime special brands of fun and or training and or getting in trouble, and it seems that they're going to move on. Where are you now? So let's just say you've gathered back into we'll say the galley of the ship, where they sit, and you have food and you're talking. You kind of wait outside, hopefully looking for people to get on the ship. You know how you do. You got to get a ship, get a crew, keep flying. Right? That's the words you live by. Nobody. You don't get too many people asking for a flight on your ship. Although you might, if you feel like you need to, put in extra effort to find one of those folks out. But while you're sitting there, just out of the Cortex communication beeps, beep, 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 and Ace is your name, right? Bubble.
Yeah, Bubble.
Yeah. Ace, Captain. It looks like Izzy is trying to contact you over the Cortex. Now, let me ask you this. Is there real-time communication? I already forgot. In the Firefly. I think there isn't, right?
There is. There is.
All right.
There's a delay based on how far out the signal is, but it is essentially real-time communication.
All right. So here is let's say it's just the message that comes across, because I feel like it's not going to be able to be real time from Izzy. So you listen to the message, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she says, Ace, that package you gave me? It's big. I don't know I don't have the processing power to open up all this stuff, but I can tell you it's monumental. We need the source. We need the guy. My group needs. I assume you do extractions, right?
Oh, it's not.
Sorry, it's recording.
Yeah,
it's recording. I'm sorry.
Man, this person didn't realize they're on a recording.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can learn extractions, can't we?
Let's just say,
I
assume you do.
I know how to fix an extractor.
Look.
You can do extractors.
Look, let me know right away if you can go to the and you're like, okay, I'm in, and then you hear, oh, it's a core world. Santo. You need to go to Santo. You go to Santo City. Santo City, though, as a fun kind of Vegas-y type place. It's and you think, well, maybe it's worth the risk. She gives you directions to a bar called, what's the name of the bar? I know that some players like to name the bars. It's in the heart of the red light district of Santos City. The bar is named
the panting pixie.
The Panting Golden Pixie.
I was going to say the Golden Goose, but okay, fine. You can't name another thing after goose.
So sorry for me. In House of Ill Repute has always been Panting Pixie in my face-to-face games.
The Panting Pixie.
It's just been a running gag from those from a long time. So that's the only name I could think of.
The Golden Panting Pixie is what it is. You don't know why it has so many names, but it's the Golden Panting Pixie. It's known for its hollow billiards and extra special, the not exactly companions, that's for the high folks, but it's got some types of places where you can find companionship, if you get what I'm saying. So you're
negotiable affection.
Yeah, just a little good, clean fun. Well, not so clean, but fun. And so she describes in this message how to get to this place, and says, look, there's Alliance people unexpectedly, like Santos City is known as the place that they just let things go, right? It's just not, that's where you go to blow off steam. It got hit pretty hard during the Unification Wars. So it used to be a place for the elite, but it got bombed to shit. And so, but it's kind of regrown as a working class, good time place to do what you want to do. And there's a saying in the verse, it's what happens in Santos City stays in Santos City. Everybody knows this. But your guy who is let's see, the code name is codename is Bandage. You got to rescue Bandage from a lower sort of she describes it like a basement. It sounds like a basement to you, but she describes it as a lower catacombs type, like lair area type thing. You got to go down there, and because he is well known, Bandage. What did I say? I already forgot.
Bandage.
Bandage is known to the Alliance, she says, and so this job is going to pay extra. In fact, the standard payment is 6 cred. This one's going to be worth 8 because of the understanding danger. But you got to let me know right away. You can't spend more than 5 minutes or so talking before the job is lost. So you can let this one go, or you can go get Bandage from Santos City on the planet of Santo, which is, to be fair, in the core.
Like, message ends like Roboto by Alias. The doctor is going to look around. It's like, is there a reason we would take that much risk? I mean, we just got paid for a job. We seem to be doing fine monetarily.
I mean,
maybe not. Yeah,
we got plenty of extra cash. The heads turn.
Yeah, like shouldn't we all be getting our split soon?
I think this is a linked job. I think this is a.
Well, why did you hesitate when I said? Yeah, why? Hold on. Yes,
we're not going to no core system to make extra money when we can do it out here in the sticks.
It is a lot of unnecessary risk when there is not enough awards to balance it out.
We are doing fine monetarily, Captain. Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
sure.
I want my
Not
money.
reassuring though.
Bing Dre Long Wild Man Fancy Tie.
Nice. I learned for that one. What does that mean there, partner?
Just for those who don't know. Yeah, it means shut up and make us wealthy. A common term.
Don't know that. Goran. Nobody said
Look at me
Goran.
wealthy.
Maybe
After we
it-
do the second part of the gig.
But why do we
No.
need to take that risk?
Yeah, what's up with the risk?
It's all about risk, isn't it?
No.
We're going to a core system world to ostensibly abduct someone. That is a fairly risky proposition.
Who is
especially-
well known to the
They sound
Alliance?
willing in the
Who
kidnapping.
is well known to the Alliance? We're going in there and going, hey, look at what we got. Whee! And then we're just going to run away. I'm not putting myself in that kind of danger.
While you're talking, a little I left the Cortex machine on, and so it has some news headlines, and it says, you just see a headline flash over. It says, RimWorld colonists struggle to survive in wake of failed terraforming project. Except the planet doesn't look like the one you were just on.
I'll click read more. Click what planet is this?
That bait click getting you.
Yeah.
It turns out it's just a moon. It's a moon of let's see, it's a moon out on the rim. I'm just gonna make it up. Yeah. Oh, it's a moon of Dragon's Egg. Who knew?
That was just right where we were.
Yeah.
Next door.
Oh, it's close. I mean,
Just
If
the
you
moon
wanna
look
down
into it,
the
I can-
street.
You can tell me where it's at, but it's somewhere around there. It's just, I just want to let you know that there's, I'm just trying to signal some stuff. It's all just for all fun and game. I'm sure it's all false reports. You can't believe the news these days. It's all fake.
they might want a terraforming machine. We've got one of those. Well, we've got something.
What do
Well,
you got? What do you got? What do you got on that
We
shit?
never actually went
Akina,
through
what
the
happened with
van.
that thing?
We left the van on the planet. All I saw was Akina. Why'd you grab Akina? I saw you back there. I think you grabbed some stuff off it.
Oh, just a few items to help with repairs and a special project.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, we left the
Okay.
van. We left the van.
So
Don't you remember?
I was just having fun. It's all been a blur after that point.
right. Well, I don't think we should take this job. It seems high risk with admittedly a decent reward, but more risk than the reward itself.
And we're good. We just did a good job. It's time to relax. Maybe fix some engines.
I think the engines are fine. I thought you repaired. Anyway, if we need to fix the engines, fine.
Well,
I'd rather have our
no.
money.
Well, fix, make them better.
Improve.
Oh,
Understood.
that's the word.
We have yet to work on that in our elocution lessons.
Yeah, I'm only up to
Ellie
C
who?
in the book.
Oh,
C
no.
is for cat.
Yeah.
That is certainly a word
No,
that
it-
begins with C.
We don't need a ship's
Charlie.
cat.
I've
We've
already got
got
it.
Honker.
I believe that cats are the natural predator of gooses.
We need a
Geese.
ship's cat.
Absolutely not.
I don't know where you read that, but okay. Anyway, I say we vote. Who wants to take this job? Say aye.
I
I.
I want money.
well,
I
this
want to
job's got
get
money.
paid.
Right, but we still haven't divided the take from the last job.
Yeah. Where's our money, Captain?
In this job.
No, the money from the last job.
Is in this job.
No, it's
No,
not.
it is not.
It's a double up.
I
It's
would
not-
say this.
So- Are you saying, Captain, that if we were to complete this job, there would be 12 credits to then split amongst the 5 of us?
What I'm saying is, if we
Well,
complete
actually
this
be-
job, we have more
well-
money.
Well, it'd actually be 14 because we already had 2 still in reserve that we were saving, but if we want to keep that in reserve, we can.
I mean, that would be ideal. It is not good to mess with one's financial fallback plans.
But yes,
That
anyway,
is smart business.
Yeah.
Either way-
I don't need no more debt.
But you do want money.
I don't understand half of what you're saying.
The point
It's
is, three of us
It's all
didn't
right,
vote
Ben. We'll
aye,
get to the gun
so-
soon.
Yeah, three of us didn't vote aye, so unless you got a compelling reason for us to vote aye all of a sudden, I'm gonna say pass.
Right. Rebound. What are your glasses covering?
My glasses are coming next week.
What?
I think he asked
My
covering.
glasses.
Hovering.
Oh, covering?
Once again, enunciation is something we could all work on a bit more.
Yes. This would be great.
What are your glasses covering?
Say it with the chest. My eyes. They're the
Say-
windows to my
3 to 2, done.
No,
Up, gun,
eyes.
he said
Oh.
eyes, which is not I. First off,
done.
different words. Secondly,
Akina,
if
do you
this
want to start turning the ship around and warming up?
And you see there's a moment of like contemplation, and you go, it is the captain's orders. And as the captain is the head of the ship, or the head of our crew or corporation, as I like to call it, then I suppose we should listen to our directives, and just starts turning the ship.
well, we
Yeah,
were
fuck
in
that
the
shit, put
galley,
that
so
shit
I
back.
don't know if we have controls.
No, it's fine. You see Akina just get up, and you see the plate of like Brussels sprouts. I don't know, whatever we're eating, just like be like they've just been pushing around food, and you just see it slowly disappearing underneath like the table.
It's on the floor.
Yeah, that's where the goose has been getting food from.
There's an air vent directly beneath where Akina sits in the galley, and it goes
Yeah.
directly to the goose.
The goose's head just pokes out at every time.
Absolutely.
We hear honking sometimes.
Yeah. While Akina eats, and she goes, they go, oh my, I am terribly full, honk. Oh, what a good meal. And just gets up and is like, I shall go and change our bearings, as I am sure there is some interesting information that this Band-Aid must have on these systems.
I think it's pronounced bandage,
Ah, yes.
not
Band-Aid.
band-aid.
That is closer pronunciation, if nothing else.
It's
All right.
Although,
Suppose-
Captain,
No,
I would like to discuss our finances further, as I have some questions regarding the ledgers I have been seeing recently.
We have ledgers.
Oh no, Captain's keeping.
Oh
two
yes,
separate
let's
ones
all
in-
go to the bridge and discuss this. This is of great import to, I believe, the rest of the crew.
Well, yes, haven't
bit
you
light.
seen? Every time that you use the ship's card, it leaves a trail that comes back into our logs.
It's a little bit
Was
late.
there
We need to
any,
get ready for the
Was there any recent,
For the local
recent
time when we
uses of the
hit.
card? Anything recent?
I do believe I received a ping earlier today about a withdrawal, but I have not had time to review the ledgers.
I'll take a look at those.
Ah, yes.
Have you taken any steps to disguise your spending, Captain? No, all right. So
the debt's there. I haven't taken it out of there. The
Yeah.
money. we
Yeah,
have.
so she checks the card. He does see like a receipt from the casino from the initial like withdrawal to, buy into the table. He then notices like beneath it like shows like an outstanding balance to be paid. Like there's an invoice on the financial records now.
This
He
is
left
an
the marker
odd
in.
anomaly to be. It just like pulls it up and like puts it over the big screen. It's like this right here is an odd anomaly, as it seems that there must have been a clerical error, as it says that we are now within debting parameters.
Mm.
Hmm.
And we're
I'm gonna look at
I'm gonna go
our
to my
soldier
bunk.
and go, how much those aviators cost you? Damn, it's just a magazine.
One that comes out of my future payments, and I already had them on order beforehand.
Oh, you're up
Gotta
there.
keep
I see.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you
hang
see
on.
Akina like scroll it back and be like, "This is the aviator charge for aviators monthly."
Oh,
Yes.
where'd that other bill come from?
This one is registered to a casino of some type I am unfamiliar with.
Who been spending our money?
Just everyone starts looking towards the captain.
He's gone to his bunk.
Yeah, captain's gone. It's just like, all right, so I think we have to take this job now. And I think we should also work on maybe having the card need a signature from someone who isn't the captain.
A co-signature would be good. Or I could highly encrypt our foot trail to where it will be a binomial variant of up to 128 characters that I'm sure
Wait, hold
everyone
on.
will have
I'm
an
just gonna
easy
stop
time
you right there.
memorizing that.
No.
Well, are we
No?
going? If you're
Too
going to
many
encrypt
words.
it, are we doing military grade encryption or civilian grade encryption?
Military grade encryption. Why would I do anything less?
And
Right now,
good
I'm
point.
back on board.
You lost me, but now I've circled back around.
So
Yes,
here's what I would say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nothing. I was going to make a joke. It's fine. Continue on.
Oh no. Ben, you were going to say something. You're going to interject something.
No, I didn't understand what was happening until she said
Oh,
military
okay.
grade encryption, and now I understand fully. It's okay.
Oh.
I'm back in the conversation.
Just stop that dingus from spending all our monies or losing all our monies on gambling. If he just followed the Pastafarian way and knew that gambling was a sin, then he wouldn't even go out and do it. But no, he won't convert. He won't wear no strainer on his head.
Speaking of, should we pay off this debt? Because if creditors come for us in the middle of this job, I feel that would be bad for us.
Yes, we pay off the debt.
Really
All
All right,
right.
then.
And
I
then
will
can
make
we
the
fi-
necessary arrangements.
And then can we find a new captain?
I mean, we do have a perfectly good airlock that hasn't been used in a while.
So are you all paying off like the entire
Yes,
six?
Yeah.
the crew
4
is
plus
paying.
2. All right. Well, then I'll just take this here clock and I'll just delete it. Nice work. All right. So how much does that leave the crew with altogether now? Two credits. Oh,
2
boy.
credits.
Well, seems like a crew that needs to take an extra high-paying job. I don't know. Maybe the MC just tried to do that to you. I'm glad you played right into it. I appreciate that. Makes it a little easier for me. So I assume you're taking the job. You're gonna send a message
Yes.
back to Izzy. All right. So now the way it works here in Scum Villainy, which is the system we're using, I've reskinned it pretty handily, if I might say, to the Firefly universe. But the way you do it is you come up with a plan, and you don't have to plan ahead of time. You just plan as you go. You could do flashbacks. That's how you handle it. And so the only thing I ask of you is just a basic plan. You could see your plans right there on your character sheet. You could pick one of them and the entry point. Now, I'll tell you, you know that there's going to be patrols. When you get near the core worlds, there's going to be Alliance patrols you want to get through. And then when you land in Santos City, you want to get caught. Then you're going to have to get into this here establishment called the Golden something Pixie. I forgot already.
Golden Panty Pixie.
The Golden.
The golden panty pixie.
Perfect.
Even better. The Golden Panty Pixie. You're going to get in there, and then you got to make your way down to the basement. Wow, that's a whole lot of doings. But how do you plan to get this here feller out? Bandage or band-aid or bandage or whatever.
So
I don't know why he's so important.
Did she include that he was willing to come with us or not, or any of that information?
She definitely said that he wants out of
he
there,
wants out. Okay.
and is known to the Alliance. He probably shouldn't even be there if he had
Okay.
to ask. She's like, I don't know what he was doing in
Cool.
the core worlds himself. Playing with fire, expect to get burned. But you know how men are; they're always popping off and doing all kinds of things like that.
All right. We could go with the classic medical approach. If we can fake him having some sort of medical emergency, a heart attack or something.
What if we shoot him?
That's not faking it, and that might actually kill him if we're not careful.
I can
In
give him a
leg?
concussion.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
but
finished.
how you gonna
you
get
don't-
in
you-
the
leg?
Oi, Bubble, you don't get a say on this mission. You need to be quiet. You did wrong. You don't get a say. Anyway,
So I can punch him in the face.
Doctor, what were you saying? You're in the bad corner.
If we can have him fake a medical emergency, either by getting one of us in there beforehand to, give him a drug, something that will cause him to appear to have the symptoms of something. A couple of us could go in disguised as medical personnel, get him out of there. We can just dress up the Land Rover as an ambulance, drive him straight onto the ship.
So a little
You
bit
punch
of
him in the face.
a little bit of tomfoolery, you might say.
A deception, yes.
Yeah, deception.
That's that's the word I'm looking for. Deception. Now there's something else you got to tell me. Can't remember what I think it's an entry point, like how you plan, or what is the deception? I can't remember now.
So the deception is essentially, I guess, kind of twofold. The deception would be one, getting someone in to give him the clue that he needs to fake a medical emergency. The second deception would be coming in as a medical crew to get him out.
All right.
So two-part deception.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I imagine. Tell me if you like where I'm going. We're going to say an 8 segment clock to set it up, a 10 segment clock to get in, get out. If it all works out, then it should be just 18 segments, mere 18 segments. I don't know, sound right?
Sounds about right.
Sounds good to us.
All righty. Okay. So now this is where we do what's called here an engagement roll. Now someone's going to roll and see how well you do. So like it's there to decide. So like you have to make your way to this system. You have to go through the course. So I assume depending on how successful this engagement roll is, whether somebody spots you land on the planet, whether you get delayed by an Alliance ship or something like that, it's there to sort of resolve all of those initial issues, whether or not you get hung up before you even get there. If you roll really well, you skip the whole first barrier to entry. So who would like to make this here engagement roll? I don't know if there's any specific rule on who rolls.
Not for who rolls, but there's a couple things we have to go over to determine how many dice we're rolling for it.
Fair enough.
We have a couple. So we get 1 die for us being the PCs. We get the fortune roll starts with 1 die for sheer luck. So we're at 1 die.
Okay.
We then have to go over, is this operation particularly bold or daring? Take +1 die if it is.
Yeah.
Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? Take -1 die if it is. We can't go below 1 die, so we'll be stuck at 1, essentially.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I don't think it's super complex, to be honest with you, but,
There's a couple moving parts here and there.
Yeah, all right.
Next question is, does this plan... Oh, go ahead.
I would just want to point out, it'll probably come up later, we do have fake papers for the ship.
Oh, right. You do. So if you use the fake papers, I'll give you a +1 die on that one.
Sure. We'll say that answers the second question of, does this plan expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Basically, by faking that we're doing medical stuff, like we're a ship that is with medical personnel, it allows us to easier fake this thing.
All right. Okay, that makes sense. And plus, you can talk the fancy doctor talk. I've seen that be quite successful.
Next up, can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? I would say we do know a companion. Theoretically, they would probably maybe know someone who works there. Maybe we can get in touch and see if they would know something.
Yeah, but these aren't real registered companions. These here provide companionship. Mm-hmm. And Izzy can't give you too much. She just needs this done real fast. And her first thought was Ace would get us, get there. To be honest with you, she doesn't know a whole lot. She just knows this guy's real important to this piece of, information that, you helped her get.
Does anyone have a colorful friend that maybe have been from that, like anyone that is from those systems?
I know someone from the system, but they would not come in handy for this one, unfortunately.
Okay.
We do also have, we are in the White Sun system, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody.
Yeah. We also have Satani, the actual information broker, as well as a +1 for the Companions Guild. I don't know if those are two different things, if we're counting them.
Well, you'd have to go visit one of them to get some information for it. And I'm going to say you probably don't have time for that. The Alliance is really closing in here. So, that could be something for a future. See, I got to keep track of all these NPCs that you also know. I have a list of them. but
Sure. In that case, do we have any rivals or enemies interfering with this operation? I think the answer to that is also no. There's not really probably anyone
no, you
interfering.
don't. There is a benefit from acting quickly.
So, no pluses or minuses from that. And the final question are there any other elements that we want to consider? Maybe if the target was lower tier than us, we get a +1 die. If they're higher tier, I don't know if we're technically going against the.
Yeah.
Are we going against the Alliance or are we going against the planet? That's kind of the thing I'm not sure about.
No. So this is a place to hide if there ever was one. So the Alliance. This is a place the Alliance doesn't mess with usually. Like I said, it's just unusual that they're trying that they are in the area and they have deduced that it's trying to find this guy Bandage. It's very important to them for some reason.
Okay. In that case, we have gone over all the questions, so we're going to roll 2 dice. Someone.
Let's go.
And we're trying to get a 4, 5, or 6 like normal.
Who's feeling lucky?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
5. Mixed success. You're in a risky position when the action starts. So basically, when we start this, all of our stuff is going to be risky.
Oh, good. All right. So you make it all the way. You have a stressful time, but you have a little scotch on you, and you get on the ship, you make your way all the way to the core worlds. And you don't have to go too far in there. You know where Santos City is. You're kind of a little excited to go see the city lights and the excitement. And it's just your style, right? It's kind of a working person's place. Not too many fancy folks there. There are a few here and there, of course, with their monocles and whatnot. I don't know if they're still wearing them these days with the top hat. And you find your way all the way to the bar, to the tavern as described. You smell it's like night when you arrive. The sky is overcast. It smells a little bit of pollution, and but there's an excitement. It's palpable in the air. You see the cars flying by. It couldn't be different from like the planet you were just on, or the planet you just finished your job on that was falling into complete disaster. However, you do notice what they were talking about when you make it into the bar. You say, wow, there's an Alliance presence here I haven't noticed. You just see cars going by, and you see there's even Alliance troops. It's almost like a large ship has docked there, but it hasn't. You don't have anything in the records over the Cortex. And you park your ship fine. Where's the ship landed?
Probably.
I think Akina would probably park the ship at one of the casinos, like to make it a bit more subtle about where, like being like, well, we're not going to park right outside the place that we're trying to go to, but make it seem like this is more of like a fun mission, like a fun time.
But if we're supposed to be bringing an ambulance to it, shouldn't, like, if we're pretending to be a medical ship, should we not park somewhere more appropriate for a medical ship?
I didn't know if we were disguising the whole ship or just the, like, I assume this is like was it like a Batman moment where there's the big ship and then inside of it is the ambulance, is our ambulance. And so what we have is we keep I didn't know if we're keeping the regular one that outside of the ship normal, and then
can we steal an ambulance?
That is an option. The other option we have is just to disguise our current people mover, whatever we call it, the Land Rover.
The Gosling?
Yeah, yes. Disguise the Gosling as an ambulance.
Yes, and that's why if we're gonna do that, I thought if we pull it out, we can, when we get closer, like put some paint on it or something, and then go and get it, and then as we leave with the dude, it's a clean getaway. Like,
yeah, but it's weird for an ambulance to like drive to a casino and get into a ship.
That's fair.
It just seems a bit weird.
Yeah, if I understood you correctly, what you're trying to do right now is not necessarily get them out of there. You want to make contact with them, right, and set it up.
Yeah, we need to set it up first.
Yeah, I think it is a two-step plan of, one, we need to make contact. Then once the plan is established, we go for the, fake the medical incident, get them on board, get them out.
Yes. But I think the plan, like getting off the planet, needs to be considered as we're landing. Like
Okay.
that is a big thing. Like we're going to be escaping with this very valuable cargo. We need to make sure that when we get like going to the ship and getting away is as easy as possible. And I don't think driving an ambulance to a casino seems very viable. Just personally.
Certainly
Is there is if it's Vegas-esque, is there
Yeah.
not like a
You hear
nearby
club music in
desert?
the background.
Yeah. Is there not like a nearby desert area? Like,
It turns out there is right outside of town. You know, as
Yeah, it's
soon
like
as-
if-
you know, there's this thing called the Strip, right? The cars fly over it a lot of times, but they also
Yeah.
drive. Sometimes they got old timey looking cars, you know, from the earth that was, you know, those, you know, some real rich
Yeah.
people. But yeah,
So-
just outside of town, there's a lot of holes out there, you know, but might be a place to park a ship.
Yeah, I say we could find like a dune or something that's a bit more remote. That it might we'd have to hustle on our way out, but at least it's not. It's discreet.
Yes, much more discreet.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you just we park it
Here's
there.
what
Max
I'll do.
driving.
I got a deal for you.
Oh.
For you. So I will. You don't have to roll right now, but I'll put a 4-segment clock on there. You know that you can use to, if you fill it, it will be no problem. You know, perfect plan. You make your way out of there. Just, you know, a different 4 segments or to disguise your car, get away easy clock, or you can roll right now.
Ooh.
So are we rolling for where we're putting the ship, or what are we rolling for? I guess would be my question there.
You're just gonna roll. It's almost like a flashback to see like
Mhm.
if the car has been, or if the ship is going to be disguised for the purpose of like, however you want to disguise it, and then safe from the prying eyes of people.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Well,
give it like a desert camo out
Yeah.
exterior.
Yeah, I can do a rig roll and rig up the ship to look all medical, like give it all the, you know, specifics of what it would be to be a medical ship. Would that be acceptable?
You want it out in the desert. You know, the exfiltration's not yet.
Oh,
right?
so
That's all.
Oh, well,
maybe
camo,
doing
yeah.
the reroll to make it look like an abandoned wreck out
Yeah.
in the desert, so no one notices it.
Yeah, like
You could do that. You could do that because I'm going to flash you right into the into the purple pasties bar. You know, as soon as you resolve this one.
Yeah,
way or
okay. Well,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
So a rig roll to disguise the ship.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm down for
yeah.
that. I'll even assist.
I
That
was
works
going to
for
say
me.
I would assist.
Works for me. I'll say controlled and standard effect.
Standard with a bonus dice for the assist.
Mm-hmm. Akina's got some expertise in rigging.
While you're there, you can just scrape off like the logo.
Well, the 6 is what matters.
Yeah.
You
The
got-
6 is
you
what
got-
matters.
You got a 6 and 2 1s. Well, there you go. Okay, so there you succeed. I won't add a 4-segment clock, and that ship, unless something else happens, seems like it's going to be fine. I usually don't go back and change a roll that I say is final. So if I have to complicate things, it's not going to be based on the ship. The ship's going to be fine. If you get there, you're out, at least for the first part of your plan. So you arrive in the purple pasties. I forgot the name. So now it's the purple pasties. It turns out that was a different place. That was and the
Oh,
purple
just got
pasties
updated
there-
info. He's actually at the Purple Pasties. Let's go over
Yeah.
there.
Secondary location.
in the basement.
Always
you know,
move them to a secondary location. Bastards.
you go in and the place is packed. It's nighttime and it's you can barely, you know how like you can't hear each other. You're yelling. I think this is the place. Yeah, I think it's the place too. You go in and it seems like a normal sort of dance club type bar. People are having fun. Scantily clad ladies, scantily clad dudes, scantily clad NBs, all having fun. And there's a bar area. There's several employees behind the bar, also scantily clad. There is a clear, there's a large entrance door. There's a line. You've already made it through the line, however you did. So you're walking in. You can tell it's not a big place. And you're surprised it's as popular as it is. But you see that there is a large bar area, people pressed up against it, and there is the only possible way to the basement, wherever the hell that is is through the back door there. You can see there's some bathrooms, but that's separate. There is a clear back door past the brush of people. What do you do? Somebody runs into Ace. Oh, hi. What do you do? Like,
Looks like
toddles off.
I'll be back later.
Yeah, I'm gonna
real
perk up
quick.
Ace.
Did everyone pick out their load?
So I'm picking it out right now.
So yeah,
We gotta
Actually,
pick
I'll
that
go
out.
white.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
gotta be conspicuous. Inconspicuous. So that means you. That
yeah,
means
I'm gonna
you.
say because
man.
everybody is scantily clad. What is the range of loadouts? I'm gonna say the only one that you can't.
Light, normal, heavy.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say if anybody does anything but light, then I'm gonna say you're gonna be noticed more quickly, if not immediately. Because this is a club. You know, I didn't even think about it when I said scantily clad. I just imagined it. Now I'm playing right into it.
And now Ben's gonna be heavy loaded again, right?
I feel like I have to be heavy
You
loaded.
need to be
Every
light in
time.
this.
Okay, so
Otherwise,
Like
we'll
we
have to-
tell you beforehand, you've got to be inconspicuous.
No grenades.
When are y'all going to run my pockets? Like, yo, it's like I'm not gonna lie.
You just Akina frisks you down to be like, this is for your own good. And this part, no, I'm flashbacking for this. We get there, like before you're walking off, Akina is like about to like click up the ship to set it so it's to make sure that it's locked like it's your car. And before they do, it just sees like just gun and like all this other stuff and
Nice.
just
some grenades.
some grenades and just looks at bend over and is like, I do believe you are over prepared for this mission. Please.
You can never be too over prepared.
I do think that for a stealthy approach, you may need to return the rocket launcher that is attached to your back. It does seem to be
People
a
can see
bit
this?
obvious. Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll put back a rocket launcher and I'll grab grenade launcher. Way more
No
stealthy.
grenades.
How?
It is.
That's small and inconspicuous.
The launcher is not, however.
Yes.
Put it away.
It looks like a shot cannon. I'm shooting out shirts. I'm a promoter.
Put it away.
It makes no sense. Y'all people are no fun.
If
Let
you
me
want
ask you
to
this. Let me ask
stash
you
it.
this.
If you want fun, we
Is
can
there a way
there will
that
be
you
girls
can
there.
disguise it as
Oh,
someone that
boys.
shoots out shirts? Because you
Wait,
sort of
wait.
sold me on that.
Well, no, you can still take a light. He can still take a light load.
Yeah.
But
You
it'll
can
just
still have
take.
it.
It would just take up most of his load.
The
to
man
have
wants a
it.
rocket launcher, and he gave me something that I think could work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you
So-
disguise it as
Yeah.
something that looks
Shoves
like
a white t-shirt in the top.
Yeah, I know, right? If you want to roll, I will let you carry that rocket launcher in. Now it might people might give you attention for other reasons, but
That's
if you can
perfectly
disguise
fine.
it.
I am
How much
perfect at
load?
liking Covert.
But you're blowing your
Rocket
load on one
launcher.
item.
That's a good one.
Okay. All right. So here's okay. So you succeed. It's going to be. It's going to look like a rocket launcher. That is a t-shirt thing. The problem is it's going to have to fire it. If you want to fire it, you have to shoot out a t-shirt first.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly
So
fine.
you shoot
Now-
the t-shirt at the person
Yeah.
running at you,
Yeah.
and then
You have to
the
shoot
rocket
the
launcher
t-shirt
at
and
the
then
vehicle.
reload it and then shoot.
Oh, that's
So it's
fine.
going
I
to be
can do that.
obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to be 100% clear, if you are still taking a light load, this takes up 2 of your slots. You will only
Oh
have
no,
the
I'm
one
taking
slot.
I'm taking a normal load.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
No.
because you rolled that, you can add the rocket launcher to your light load.
Okay, cool. So that basically it's a normal load because 2 are already taken up by that heavy blaster.
Yes. Yes. And then I have my martial arts and then a second blaster.
Well, you don't pick those now. You pick those when they
dang
come
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, don't-
okay.
Yeah.
He's like,
Pick
I already
when
know
they
what
come
they're
up.
gonna be. Yeah, okay, fine. Fine. I'll tell you I have a blaster later when I blast people. But I like that. I like
I'm
the
shooting
style.
people
Okay.
in the face.
So you make it in, the crowd sees this big gun and they're like, T-shirt. Like later. Okay, so you make it in. You kind of wedge your way in. Nobody's afraid of your rocket launcher because it's got like a Hello Kitty on it or something. I don't know how you
it says
I am life of
free
40.
T-shirts. It says free T-shirts on it.
Yeah, right.
Spaceballs, the T-shirt launcher.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Baseball's the merchandise range.
What do you do? Who steps up and makes the first move? In fact,
Well, I've been drawn away.
yeah. Okay.
I'll
So
back
how
later.
about so
I'm
so
interviewing the
are there
local life forms. See ya.
almost completely. See you later, Captain. Almost completely forgotten was our dirt farmer, Topsoil. I'm gonna put the spotlight on you. What do you do? You're looking around.
Yeah, so-
people are bumping up against you.
So we've got just gonna put this out there. We've got the Doctor and Akina like dressed sort of medically because they're gonna be our ambo driver and doctor, obviously. And I'm sort of more dressed like I work there, and I want to try and rig up one of the hollow billiard tables to really like favor someone, and that's going to be Ace over here, and it's just going to create like this mad, insane rush of everyone's like, this is the most insane hollow billiards player we've ever seen. He's on a 10-game streak, and that's our distraction. So I want to try and rig up a hollow table to be totally in Ace's favor.
Okay, so Ace, what? Are you even around? You're gone, right? So this is
No, you're saying this. I've just walked off with some ladies.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is the plan.
Okay.
Like, I'll even use a flashback if I have to.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here's the plan. You want to rig this table to favor one. How do we say this? You're going to rig this table to favor whoever you want, whoever shows up. Your intention is for Ace to play. All right. So.
Well, Ace will be playing, but they'll be playing strip. So
you kind of wedge your way up to the table, and there's people playing. There's a couple of street toughs playing pool. Playing hollow billiards, and there's a stack of credits. So there's clearly money on this game, just as you'd expect in a place like this. You see one of them say, "All right, Gideon, Gid, see if you can get me this time. Look out, Dex, here it comes. Here comes the break." And the holographic balls go into the pockets, however it looks. And turns out that was a good break. It seems like this game's not going to last that long. So tell us exactly what you do.
Yeah, so I go up and I just start watching them, and like I go, congratulating him on shots, like, yeah, good shot, man. Just to tell you, I got to do some maintenance on this table when you're all done. But you can finish up whenever you're ready. Take your time. I mean, I'm on the clock now.
Okay, so that was pretty good, because I was about to make one of them mad at you for interrupting the game, but that was so nicely put. They sort of brush off like, all right, okay. I mean, Dex says, yeah, this is a cheating table. I think it does need maintenance. This guy's right. Maybe we should let him work on it first. Get out of here. You're just a terrible pool player. You can see so they continue to play.
Yeah, it's just regular maintenance. You're just bad, Dex. You got him, mate. You got him.
If only this wasn't a holographic pool stick, I'd hit you over the head.
Yeah, get dunked on.
You know what? I don't know why I keep playing this game.
It's just routine maintenance. It's routine maintenance.
Okay, so why don't you just roll? Because I'm very curious. So let's say this game concludes. Unless you want to like use them for any other purpose. They're still there.
Nope. So I'm gonna.
Dex is like a wiry looking guy in his early 20s, in case you're interested. Gideon is also a wiry man. Black hair with no shirt on, and like a tattoo that looks almost like a clown face, and he's like a 30-ish.
Well, just so that I'm probably around mid-30s as well, kind of chubby, kind of squat, long red mullet and a big red mustache, and overalls.
No threat to these guys. They're not worried about
plaid shirt.
smuggling on some of the peoples they're trying to hook up
Like
with.
plaid shirt, I do not look threatening at all, but I do have a build about me. Like I'm obviously, you know, I work with my hands. I've got
salt of the earth, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so when they're done, I'm just gonna get down into the mechanics of it and rig up this table.
All right. So like, here's what it says. Dex loses again and says, "Let this man work." You know.
Yeah.
Decide for whatever reason. Like you sold me, so you sold Dex.
Yeah,
right?
and I say, yeah, I'll just have a look at this. If there's anything wrong, I'm sure that the casino will refund you, and I will inform them.
Jack says, "I know there's something wrong because I just know there is." Gideon's like, "Yeah, okay, all right." You know?
All right. So the position on this is risky with these guys around.
Yeah,
or?
I'm gonna say it's risky because it's like you're not familiar with this particular table. You know, there's a lot of noise, and I'm just saying it's standard effect.
Okay.
Hey, a 6.
6 and a 1 again.
That's all you need,
so
just the
you
one.
I'm gonna mark 3 segments off your clock here because I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I thought I knew
feels
the rules
right.
better than I do, but I sure don't.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah,
Feels good to me.
3 segments because it's a major success-ish. It's not a crit. 2 6s is a crit, I think. So so I'll give you 3 segments. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm also very good at math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments left until you establish the plan.
Yeah, and so then I pull out my communicator, which is one of my load, and I'm just gonna click on it and say, "Yeah, table 27's all up and running now. Should be all fine." And that will be sending out to everyone else in the group, obviously, that the table is now set up to.
All right, Captain, what do you do in response?
I'm
name's
there
Cheryl.
socializing, and I think it's time to play some pool. And I'm there just to try to gather information.
Don't go play pool. Come here. Come here.
Oh, you can
name's
come
Cheryl,
too.
I said. All right. Can I blow on your cue stick?
Well, you can blow on whatever you want, but maybe later for the other parts.
Hey.
And I'm going to try to see if I can gather information, try to see how we're going to get access to the back room with consort with whoever I get to play against.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this. I just wanted to see if you would go or just say, no, I'm not doing it. Okay, I just want to find out if you're going to participate in this thing. So you are good. I think consort's the right role. So before you roll, I want to find out what the rest of our crew's doing.
I have a question. Did we ever get a picture of Bandage to know what he looks like?
Yes.
Or she looks... Okay, we do actually know what Bandage looks like.
He's a middle-aged guy in his 50s. Very, kind of like a mad scientist look almost. He's got gray hair, thin. You see him dressed in a lab coat. The lab coat is it says I'm trying to think if it has any information on there. No, it's just clearly a lab coat. He's clearly an academic of some kind because you see him in a university setting, a picture of him in a university setting. Or was. Now he's on the run or something. You don't really know much about him. You might say he's Professor Bandage. I don't know.
Dr. Bandage, please.
Dr. Bandage.
He worked hard for his, I don't know, PhD. Whatever one he's got.
Yeah.
And it's not a PhD dirt.
No,
Hey.
different.
So like you would recognize him on sight, like 100%. He stands out. Now he doesn't look like the type that's got any exfiltration training, so you're gonna have your work cut out for you there. But that's nothing that's against your sort of better skills. I know a group like this when I see it. So why don't I'll come right back to you, Doctor. Why don't I find out what Akina's doing at the moment?
Akina has, as part of Akina's load, has brought some spy gear with themselves as they have dawned on a disguise to where it's you can't necessarily tell that it's them. They have like a longer hair piece on, and it's definitely like in a go-go boot sort of S situation and like dancer bit.
So you fit in perfectly.
Yes, and
there's a lot of fellas coming up, kind of looking over.
Yeah, so you just see like it is a very rhythmic, like yes, dancing. Ah, fun. You should spend more money on the pool tables, and is like doing.
There's another girl who can't dance either. Comes up and tries to dance with you.
Yeah. And so they're doing this, and as they're kind of like schmoozing their way around the room, they're keeping an eye out on a way that they can get downstairs into that crypt area, and if there is any like encryptions, or if there's like an elevator or something. But they're doing this as they're like reconnaissancing their way around the room.
All right, and this girl keeps following you around, like you're kind of cute. My name's Cheryl too, for some reason.
Cheryl, it is very nice to meet you, Cheryl. My name is Shannon.
Shannon, that's such a beautiful name. How are you so good with people? I'm always afraid to talk, but there's something about you that I like.
It's all in the elocution. I have been getting quite good at giving these lessons, if you would like to partake one.
I see now how to talk to people to make friends. I will now do that too. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you very much. That's how you would say it, just like that?
That is perfect. It is
I am going to try right now. Look, I'll be right back, and I'll have other friends for us to talk to.
Wonderful.
I swear if she tries to talk to me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Smack the shit out that girl.
Okay, roll whatever you'd like to roll for seeing the you don't have any plans, right? Because there's no blueprints for this place. One, it's probably not as it was originally constructed. Mm-mm. Two, you don't have time for it. So you've got the spy gear. You're able to get at least some sort of sense of the area, the catacombs below.
Yeah, that's why they are dressed up, one, to hide, because underneath the go-go, you tear off. This bad boy is like the nurse uniform underneath. So that's why it's part of the disguise, and they'll rip off the wig later.
I was expecting something else.
Yeah, I know.
But nurse is pretty cool too.
It does it for some people. But they're looking to see if there's like what is the way down basically into this catacombs, because all we see is this upper the upper casino area, so they don't know if there is is there an elevator? Is it like a private VIP room? Like how does one get down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's just beyond this like kind of a doorway
exterior
area? It's a curtain, we'll say. Well, there's like a there's like a red curtain, we'll say. It's like a velvet curtain that you haven't seen anybody come in or out, but it's there's clearly like light coming from beneath, and it's the only place that there could be something. So you could analyze that with your analysis.
Yeah. Okay. So we could. They'll like toss like, I don't know, like a camera or something under, because I get baby cameras in my spy gear.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So they'll like kind of pop one off and like just reach in stealthily to like put it up against a wall to see if they can see like what is in there. So they like reach beside the curtain and just go beep without like disturbing it, but just kind of like place one so they can see on the other side. And do a little reconnaissance. So I guess would that be an attune for the camera, or
that'd be rig, I think.
Rig? Okay, we could do a rig.
However, let me say this. It's pretty crowded. There is a little bit of a distraction that's about to start, from this pool event, but right now it's just crowded. So you're, do you want to get away with this unseen, or do you perhaps want to, or do you want to just risk that somebody might see it?
I would like to get away with this unseen, ideally.
All right.
That is
the
goal.
I think it's going to be 2 rolls. One to avoid any sight, and then the other one is to just rig it.
Okay, so what would that be, like a skulk?
Oh.
Skull,
Skull?
I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, just to,
Because I've got spy
and I only
gear.
say that because there might be somebody behind there.
Oh, that's fair. Because I got the spy gear, can I get an extra, like a bonus?
Yes,
to
you can.
skulk?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll roll it for you. Come on, Mama needs
In
a new
fact-
pair of shoes.
If you want to roll, you can roll. Otherwise, I'm going to offer you a bargain. You only have one dice to roll, a die to roll, or how many
I do.
dice?
Oh, I got one.
Oh, you rolled a one.
No, I have one
okay.
to roll.
Oh, I see. So if you want another die, here's what I'll do. I'll offer you another die, but in exchange, if you do not succeed, if you get a 1, 2, or 3 on both dice, the camera will fail and it will be broken. You know, you'll have your spy gear will be no longer able to be used for the rest of the job.
Okay. You know what? I will take this gamble.
All right.
I will take this devil's bargain.
That's right.
You tricksy bargainer. Okay, so then let me roll it, and then this is going to be risky, I assume? Or is this...
I'm going to say you're not doing too much. You're just moving your hand a little. I'll say it's controlled.
Just putting it right
and the
through
effect will
curtains.
just be standard.
Okay, so submit, and then standard, yes. Bonus dice. I get 2 bonus dice. Okay, submit. Oh, it's a lot of dice.
Alright. That's a lot of
That's
dice.
a lot of
but,
dice.
we'll take the first ones that count.
They're supposed to be
and-
the first two. I think I
Yeah.
pushed one too many on that one.
That's all
so I got
right. That's
4
all
and a
right.
5.
If that ever happens again, we'll just take the first numbers that come up. So that's fine. You succeed. It's a mixed success. But for this purpose, I'll just say the only thing that I'm going to add one. Well, I'm going to add one to the pie,
Mhm.
and that'll be representative of the mixed success.
Okay.
And I'll say that there's no change to the fiction.
Okay. And
So
then
now the big
yeah.
roll.
This is the
The
rigging of
white
it.
gleam from that. So you place it and you're boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and here I'll even give you this. When you reach around the curtain, the first images that come from the camera show that there is a group of people behind there. You don't know, you haven't yet looked, but there's folks just behind there.
Yeah.
You don't know what
I
they're
think-
doing, who they are.
I think that's part of what they do is after they place it, you see them blink a couple times, and one of the eyes lights up a blue color as they're getting receiving signal from the camera, so that they can see what's happening on the other side of the curtain.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's just like a bluish.
That's neat.
There's now like a bluish sheen to their brown eye on one side that you can kind of like almost like a TV when you turn it on, like that kind of sheen to it. Like
That's neat.
they're looking something else. Yeah. So they relay quietly as they dance away back from the curtain. They're like, there are a couple of individuals on the other side blocking our passage down into the catacombs. Yes, party time. Buy more bottles of Blue Sun showed you. And then just like keep on going. Yep, and I think that's what they're up to. They've done and relayed their information.
Okay. I was going to give you another roll to get to get additional information. That was just to see. if you're
okay.
I just gave you that
Okay.
information just to make it more scary, not to help anything.
Oh,
You
okay.
know?
I felt helpful. What's
well,
the other part?
Wasn't
Well,
it
yeah.
rig?
The
Yeah,
rig?
yeah,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Rigged
And
just to see,
I'm gonna stress myself. I'm gonna push myself
Okay.
to make sure that this thing is rigged up properly. So is this also controlled?
I'm
Or-
gonna say that this is just a standard
Mhm.
risky with standard effect because you don't know
Okay.
like what could be wrong, you know, or
That's
what
true.
could happen. So we go standard risky with standard effect.
Okay. So then I'll submit.
Unless it's a short acting camera. But there you go. Okay, good.
Mixed again. I love to see it.
Here's what I'll do. I'll give you 2 segments, but I'll add 2 segments. There's only 2 segments left until you're established. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you pulled a rabbit out of a hat before, but okay. So, however, the camera continues to show things, but what you notice is it's not just a couple of people behind there. It turns out those are Alliance. They're Alliance like police. You know, essentially they're but they're not local, right? They're like feds essentially. You know, they're in like casual. They're in you know, like cheap government style, like suit, like detective type suit stuff, but you can tell a cop when you see a cop. And there's a
narc knows another narc.
right. They have cop written all over them, and you know the local cops don't look like that. They're clearly Alliance. This is the core worlds. You know, again, you wonder why they're here, but not unexpected. But it does seem like you're gonna have to get past them somehow. So that's the complication.
Yeah,
and
you're good. I think that they would pass this along, and they'd be like, "If only there was some muscle that could help
if
get
only
in,
there was a rocket launcher,
right, during a commotion that will be happening." And the next, and just like looks down and doesn't even look at a watch. Just there's like a small space in the next 186 seconds.
Just something I forgot. I have, when you work on a clock with a rig or a hack, fill +1 segment because I'm
yes, okay.
And also because I rolled a 6. Does that give us an extra gambit?
It did. I already added it to the
You
thing.
already added it.
I took care of it.
Cool.
Don't worry about
You're
it.
already on top of that. Okay. Yes, it was just some things that I've, still getting my head around in the game.
So you only have 1 segment left before you mechanically resolve the first part of your, again, I'm going to do it this way until I figure out a better way. This will be the mechanical resolution, but you still have to resolve it in the fiction, and that may require additional rolls or perhaps even clocks. I don't know. I'm new to this. I like it so far, though.
I think we can fill it with a T-shirt.
Hey,
a t-shirt
only gives to one person.
I was just going to send the girls there.
I have a other solution that fits in with our thing of deception.
Everybody. Go ahead. What's the solution?
Sure. We have a fake transponder on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of us being ex-Alliance military, if we were to send out a rigged code that is designed to go out at a certain time to perhaps, if there are any police or Alliance agents in the area, would be of a higher priority than this person. Maybe that signal goes out and distracts them and gets them out of the club for a little bit, or at least lessens the number.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely do that.
Well, the spotlight's with you, Doctor. Let us know because
I would say this is
because I'll tell you this: the
flashback.
spotlight after you moves to Ben
Sure.
with the T-shirt cannon, the T-shirt not T-shirt cannon. Then we'll see what happens.
T-shirt cannon. I would say that I, along with Ben, we know enough Alliance like military code and what to put out that would get people who would be agents distracted and probably something of a higher priority.
Okay, fair enough.
Who's the most
I'd
wanted?
also like it to be known.
Just pick that and then...
Well, probably you would be the most wanted out of everyone here.
No. We mean someone
more
not
famous
us.
than us. We
Yeah.
know
Oh.
who it is.
Sure.
Yeah, surely there's people out there with more heat than us.
Probably
is.
is.
Now, the only thing that I would say about this is that this was sort of indicated to you over the cortex, but it's true. This person is a high value target for the Alliance, so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be,
It's the crew of the Firefly.
it's going to be a
Serenity. The crew of the Serenity.
it's going to be a limited effect because of the person's prominence.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It's still worth a shot.
Yeah, I was about to say, my main problem is like going loud all of a sudden, like especially when we still don't know where our target actually is a bit risky to me. So I think I'd still go for this.
Yeah.
But it's a good plan.
Yeah. I would say this is probably a rig roll to like rig up the transponder.
Or a hack roll to hack their communications.
I don't know.
I will
Yeah,
say
sure.
you can choose rig. You could choose if you wanted to. I think what also work is sway. Sway might work. In fact, if you're trying to get them with Alliance type talk, it might be sway as opposed to rig. I don't know how complicated it would be. I mean, it'd be somewhat complicated to send out a fake Alliance thing, but all you need is a few moments. So.
Well, we do have the fake transponder, which is what I'm kind of banking on here.
Yeah. So you can
Sure,
use a fake
I'll do
sway. Sway works, I think.
Sure, I'll do sway. All right. Position risky, control desperate.
I'd say it's risky with limited effect.
Effect. Do I get any bonus dice for the fake transponder?
The only reason why I'm letting it happen is because the fake transponder.
Sure,
so
not a problem.
so, yeah.
Totally understand. All right. I am going to push myself to give me an extra die on the roll, just because I'm only rolling one otherwise.
All right, sounds good.
So take 2 stress. And I'll also spend a gambit on this to give myself another bonus die, because we do have an extra, because someone else rolled a 6 earlier. So 2 bonus dice, so I'm rolling 3 dice. Let's see how it goes.
I'm ready. Because I know what's going to happen if...
Up 5, mixed success.
I was like, I know... It's very rare when I know exactly what I'm going to do if somebody fails. But at that time, I know. Okay, so you succeed as a mixed success. Describe the success for you. And
so they're suddenly... I assume these people have earpieces in because they're, the FBI, whatever the Alliance has in terms of special agents. So
not very
they're
well-hid earpieces.
Yeah, no, they're never well hidden. So suddenly they hear a notification in their ear. It's a code 216. That means there is a high wanted terrorist on the planet, specifically Malcolm Reynolds.
Oh, yes. They're like, we've been waiting for this moment. He's the guy that let all the news about Miranda out. That's way more. That's very high value.
Yeah, Malcolm Reynolds spotted, opposite side of the city somewhere. Doesn't matter where, as long as it isn't here.
Yeah, talk about a high value target. May even be higher than this person. Okay, so
that they hear that code, along with any other police personnel. This is going out on Alliance channels to get the people out of this area. Because that way, if there are also emergency vehicles, they might be more taken aback at the commotion caused by this as well. So the idea is to clear it out of pretty much any actual Alliance emergency response.
Okay, so here's what I'll say is there's 3 guys behind there. We'll say three Alliance dude cops in skinny tie, almost like Reservoir Dogs looking wrinkly suit cops, and they
jabronis.
2 of them, they're like, Reynolds, they get all worked up, and 2 of them push their way through the crowd and run off. One of them says, I want to come too, you gotta stay here, remember one guy remains. The crowd, I assume the crowd in the club is not gonna do anything.
No, this is going off on Alliance emergency channels.
Yeah,
it is not going out on public channels.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear sirens outside, and you've been successful. There is a one suit guy, left there also.
I'll turn to bend over at this point. It's like, I think someone downstairs needs a T-shirt.
Oh,
All right,
perfect.
remove the spotlight too, and we are about at the 3-hour mark, so this might be the last move of our session today. If that makes sense to you.
Mhm.
Oh, I can
Yeah.
start with the bang next week. I'm fine.
Or
No, we're gonna end with something. We're gonna end with
Because you could
saved
end
the
on a
best for
failure, and
last
then we
year.
get to see what happens next time.
exactly.
Oh,
I like to think that that's like our code word that we established too, like in a flashback. Be like, and when we say, I think someone needs a T-shirt downstairs, is when you come and use your T-shirt cannon for its lethal effects.
Well,
That
or
was
shoot him in the
actually
back of the head
smart.
with the T-shirt and knock him out. Either way works. We don't have to kill the
Yes.
guy right away.
That is true.
Okay.
I am sure that there is a high quality to the ballistic properties of a white T-shirt that would render someone unconscious.
Well, the
Only
compressed
if it's
air
wet,
in
though.
the cannon could set it out at a force of at least 80 psi, going at a speed of at least, let's say, 30 miles per hour. Coming in collision with the back of the human head, that would render someone unconscious if they're not prepared for it.
But this is a strip club.
Trust
so
me, I'm a
it's a-
doctor.
Strip club, white T-shirt, needs to be a wet T-shirt. Adds the weight. Go for it.
Mm.
Meanwhile, there's a pool game going on.
Meanwhile,
Off
I'm
in the
consulting,
corner.
playing some pool.
It's
And
slowly
winning. You're
generating
winning,
interest
so-
in the crowd, right?
It's the first time
so-
you've won some gambling.
More and more
It's
people are
wouldn't be the
paying
first
attention to
time.
this pool wizard who is destroying Gideon. Gideon is used to, Gid is known as used to winning all the games. He's looking at you side-eyed because he doesn't understand what's going on here. Usually, these weirdos that come in think they're going to win get owned, but you're getting attention. You're getting the attention you want. Meanwhile, the spotlight goes to Ben. What do you do?
okay. So there's two things I'd like to do. One, is there anyone guard? We don't know where the entrance is to this place, right? We don't.
Well, we know
we
it's
don't-
downstairs past a curtain is most likely
Yeah.
where he's
Yeah.
being held.
Yeah,
Past the-
yeah.
You
past-
saw
Okay.
And you saw two Alliance agents like walk out of that area.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do I know where any of these Alliance agents are?
Yeah,
They left the
Akina-
building.
Akina's been on the comms.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Akina's let people know, has been like, just like every now and then as they sprinkler their way across the dance floor, they touch their comms as like, yes, they have just moved away from the door. One remains behind the curtain.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so one's by himself.
hmm
Oh, that's so great. Okay, cool. So what I'd like to do is I would like to go up to him and pretend to be weak and be like, I saw and play on his alliance because soldiers are gullible for this. So I would like to tell him that there was a woman that got she needs a blue angel or something inside she got brisked away into the bathroom, and hopefully he would come and try to follow me to the bathroom to save this woman.
Okay. All right. So now you don't see him, right? He's behind a curtain. So you're gonna have to. I'm gonna say this is gonna be two roles. One to like get to him without him reacting like violently, right? Because like he's not expecting someone to come through the curtain, right? At least not somebody who is, not an Alliance person or a worker right there. He's not going to recognize you. He might not be inclined to listen to you. So just to just to get there where he's willing to listen, and then you could do your you can talk to him and persuade him. So I'd say two rolls.
Okay. All right. So what do I roll first? Like just
You
a
tell
D6?
me. You tell me. What
Oh,
is
okay.
it? Yeah. What do you think you have?
I would probably say from my appearance, I look more like a security guard probably, or like
Okay.
a promoter, and I would probably be like, I'm just worried about my person, so I would be kind of commanding him as somebody. So I feel like if I did it as like a commanding type of way, I could say you man over there, the Alliance member, you got to do your job and get over there and protect my
Do you
workers.
look like an Alliance person?
I look
He's got the
like I could
sunglasses.
be an Alliance person. I
Okay.
do.
All right. All right.
He's got the
Knowing
he's
your
got the
backstory, I'm gonna
aviators
say
of an
that that is
alliance.
going to be just risky then instead of desperate. Because
Got it.
because I know your background. So you can certainly look like and act like, and at the with someone who's sulking that he doesn't get to be part of the Malcolm Reynolds team is going to be, you know, maybe not too discerning. So yeah, we'll say risky standard effect then.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
So you get there. Tell me what you say to him.
Sir. The woman with the beautiful aviator, she ran to the bathroom with another man. He had bad intentions in his mind, I tell you. You need to go save her.
My way. It turns out he's like a Weasley guy. Of course, they left him behind.
There's one thing as a soldier I don't like, and that's the disrespecting of women.
Yes.
You know
Very
what?
true.
If I can get, if you can convince me with a roll, why I'll just go. I'll give that person the what for.
I
very
bet
makes
you
me
would.
so
You
mad.
look like you could take him. Oh,
I-
yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Nobody sees me like you do. You know, I kind of like you.
Just shoot him with the grenade launcher, please.
Yeah. Oh, I want to so bad.
Yeah.
But I gotta wait till he's in the bathroom.
You could.
do I
He's
do
down the stairs.
control?
No one else sees him. You could just do it now.
He's down the stairs.
Yes.
Going walking down the stairs. Oh, great. No, if we're out of sight, I'm bashing this motherfucker's head with the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Through the
Nobody can
t-shirt.
see you. Like, you go through the curtain and you see it's just kind of a long sort of hallway, and there is the stairs down. You know, past it's like a cement sort of really kind of desperate looking area with, you know, like moss on the sides, and it's you know, like it's not, the upkeep isn't great here. But this is cool, you know he's the only guy around, and the music is
Oh yeah, no,
So,
I'm
like,
totally
you know,
bashing him. I'm tired of this weasel.
there's screams that yeah,
Can,
it's pool game,
can I use like the pool game as a help? As distracting everybody else in case.
All right. Since that was the, I think that's fair.
To make it
I think that's
loud.
fair. So instead of it being risky, I'll say it's a controlled attempt to beat this guy up. That'll be the bonus.
Okay.
Because if you know,
I'm helping.
like, say he doesn't get knocked out and starts fighting back, it's not gonna, you know, the noise isn't gonna spill out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because the next game can be strip pool.
All right, there you go.
Mixed success.
Okay, so you describe what happens.
I'd be like, look. I tell him to look, and then I just rip up. I actually, you know, instead of the rocket launcher, I just get out the shirt and I just beat the crap out of him with the back of his head, and then I just look at him as he's on the floor like a little Weasley little bitch, and then I just get up and look around. His clothes won't fit me, right? But his jacket looks official. Like it looks like an Alliance thing.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take his jacket and I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna be him. I'm gonna switch clothes today. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Take his clothes. Make sure you mark that down because that might matter. Here's the complication. Okay. So the pool game's going along swimmingly, right? But the rig that you did is working just fine. However, it turns out Gideon the reason why he was surprised is that he rigged the pool game to like make him win. So he knows. He's like, you know what? I've had it. I'm gonna check something. He gets down and he immediately because you went to the
He's
same.
tampering with the game because he's a loser.
You know, like where he left it before. He's like, "You're a cheat," and he grabs you.
I was not cheating.
And we'll go to the credits.
Yes.
I just want to do this in advance. There we go. There's more.
We got a man being bludgeoned with a t-shirt cannon, and then we got our captain being thrown onto the pool table. It's going all according to plan, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this is
Have a
totally my
plan?
plan.
Hey, listen, filled the wheel of enacting the plan. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah, that's
just
right.
have to now. Well, we filled it with preparing for the plan. Now we just need to
Yeah.
enact it, and the captain's no longer needed, so it's fine.
Yeah, there
Let
you
him-
go. You know? So, yeah.
He was the
so
distraction,
what
it's fine.
remains
Yeah.
for next section is a 10-segment clock, and then plus anything that might pop up. But you did well, you know, like you've. This is the first time I've used the clock system, and I think I like it. It's pretty easy. And of course, you have all done an exceptionally good job too, because it's a collaborative storytelling effort. That's the only way you can do it with this way. And so you've all played along terrifically. I've had an excellent first session. Now, there's no there's no end of session mechanic like where you get a bonus or anything. Okay, yeah. So like, what we'll do then is I'll turn it over to Karsh, and he'll let everybody talk.
There
about
is.
Yeah, there is.
So there
Yeah.
is the end of session like XP, but I didn't know if you wanted to save that till end of job. That's the
Yeah,
only thing I didn't know.
I thought
No,
that
the
that's
end of
what that
session.
meant.
You know, we got to give
Oh.
people a bonus for showing up. End of
Sure.
sesh. You know. So we'll do
So
that.
so at the end of each session, we each have a couple questions here that we need to
Okay.
answer. They are individual
Good.
to our classes. The one that isn't individual is every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP in that action's attribute. Did anyone roll any desperate actions today? I believe no. So that one doesn't count. So we'll just go through the normal questions. Karsh, what are your questions?
You addressed a tough challenge with charm or audacity? Probably not. Expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, background? No. Struggled with vice traumas during the session. I was tempted with a wife.
Yeah.
And you got us in trouble with all your stupid gambling debts. And
That was the
Yeah.
other one. So
What?
So you can mark it twice.
No.
Like if it
Yeah.
happens twice, you get 2 XP
2
instead of
XP.
1.
Oh, awesome! I'll get 2 XP then.
Yeah, and you can choose to
I'm
put
also
that
in a
either in your
gambling game.
playbook. More like a kind of swingers club
I
than
know,
a gambling
yeah.
den.
Well, the other one's womanizing, and so well, not womanizing, but yeah, pleasures. Of the
I wouldn't
flesh.
say you're struggling though. Like you did. It's not like you didn't do your part of the mission. So I think you got it to twice, and I think you're good.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so here's what we'll do then. We'll have every person answer their questions and then tell us who you are and where we can find you. So go ahead and start, Wolf, since you already kind of got us going.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, Karsh.
Well, you're last because you're the.
you
you're
started
the,
me. Okay, I'll be
Yeah,
last.
okay, but okay.
you do.
You're just
Go.
last.
Bye.
You're
Oh.
last because you're in charge. Okay.
All right. So my questions are: you addressed a tough challenge with insight or compassion. Maybe if we count drugging the bar as insight. That'd be
It's a
about it.
compassion because they got
It is not compassion. There is none to be found.
some
I'll
of those
let you
people
decide
saw
that.
God, and it
Yeah.
was not
See,
a
I
good
think-
time.
I think this
Oh my
goes
God.
more. The drugging the bar goes more into the second question than it does the first. You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I am a doctor. I definitely expressed that by correctly drugging people.
For sure.
And did I struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session? No.
No.
Pretty normal. Had a pretty good day for good old Spencer Quinn. Anyway, I'm Wolf. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Wolf of Red Roses, though probably not Twitter anymore with how that's going. Who knows? But you can also find my work at my itch.io page. That is Wolf of Red Roses Studio.itch.io. Hey, old sick back. How you doing? But yeah, find me there. I have a game up there free to download. There's more work to be hopefully on Kickstarter soon that will come when I have more information. That's it for me.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, Kat. Go answer questions. Tell us who you are. I'm gonna go from left to right on the, whoever's left there. So I'll start with you,
Okay,
and then we'll go Dr. Oblong, and then we'll go MJ.
my name's Kat. I was playing your very human pilot today, Akina. I am found across a couple of different platforms as Say Caitlin, and I am going to be uploading at the end of the week a part of a visual novel that is called Love Shore. It is a cyberpunk noir that I will be helping to come out because they are going to be releasing their full game on the 30th. So I'm excited to give it a play, and it will be put up on YouTube. So them's it is. I have for mine. Did I address a tough challenge with speed or flair? I think so. I drove that getaway car like nothing else.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, heritage, or background? Not particularly. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas during the session? Yes. I did, because I definitely overindulged in
Right. Yeah, you definitely did.
My vice of the Corporation of Blue Sun. Just a little overindulgence there. But it's good to be back. Hopefully I'll be able to keep on doing the do, and it is very good to play with you guys.
Thank you. I had the pleasure of playing with both Wolf and Cat in previous iterations, and so far so good. Oh, even Dr. Oblong, I think we played before. Yeah.
Yes.
MJ2 even. I played with all of you before. So yeah, all right, good times. Well, I'm glad we're all together. So MJ, go ahead. So answer the questions that are on your character sheet, and then tell us who you are and where you can find you.
All right. So it says I addressed the tough challenge of force or threats.
Yep.
So I definitely did that.
Definitely did that.
Multiple times. So I expressed my beliefs, drives, heritages, or background. Yeah, I did that too. I struggled with issues from my vice or traumas during the session. No, I think I traumatized more people than I dealt with my own traumas. So
I like your character, by the way.
So what? That's like 3 XP or 2 XP?
That sounds like 3 if you the first one you get 2 for if you do it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyone you do multiple times counts as 2.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I'm at 3 XP. Yeah, man,
That's a lot.
Good
all
shit
right.
today.
Yeah, nice.
All right. I feel accomplished. Oh, by the way, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is HownlN. You can catch me at HownlN on Twitch, or on TikTok or on Instagram, because I'm probably gonna get rid of Twitter. I just do inspirational content, like trying to help people reach their goals, and play a lot of strategy games, and you'll probably meet my family and all that type of stuff too. So
all right, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip over the Dr. Oblong. Go ahead and answer your questions. Tell us who you are and where we can find you.
So my ones are: you addressed a tough challenge with technical skill or ingenuity. I rigged a pool table.
Yep.
That
was clever.
I expressed my beliefs by ranting about not wanting to commit sins of gambling.
Yes, I did catch that. I did.
And I think I did my heritage and background as well by expressing my dirt farmerness and stupidness as well. So I got 2 there, but I didn't struggle with any of my vice or traumas during the session. So yet again, that's a 3 point for me.
Excellent. Yeah, I feel like I got to know every character well enough to get a good vibe. It was excellent. You all did very, very well and played your characters in a way that I can imagine, and I could play off of them. So who are you? Where can we find you?
Yes, I am Dr. Oblong. I'm an electronic musician. You can find my music at SoundCloud/Dr. Oblong. I did the music for the intro sequence to this show, so if you like that, you might want to check out my music on SoundCloud. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you. I'm Polly. My name is Polly. I'm a streamer. That's my thing that I do. I stream from Tuesdays through Thursdays. I always say that. Tuesdays through Saturdays here on Twitch. Twitch.tv/PollyPeople. I start around 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time between Tuesdays through Saturdays. I'm also the writer of this campaign, letting everybody know who's been waiting to find out what has happened to the Firefly universe since the Serenity movie. Well, we're learning We're learning a little bit. This crew has been out and about the whole time. They didn't cover them on the TV show, which is kind of a shame, but we're taking care of it now here. I am also a game designer now. I'm playing around with my own game design. We'll be playtesting it based on the somewhat failed mini-series named Ascension that aired on Sci-Fi in 2014. I decided, yeah, I like it so much, I'm making a role-playing game out of it. We'll be playtesting hopefully very soon. It's based on a mashup between, the rules of the City of Mist game that I emceed for a couple of years here on GoblinCaveTV, and also smashed it together with the rules from the lesser, not necessarily well-known, but excellent role-playing game based on the show Smallville. So it's a combination of those plus my own twist on it, ups drama and character interaction in a way that I've never seen before. But I'll be playtesting it, and I'm very excited. Back to you, Karsh. Anyway, Polypeople, twitch.tv/Polypeople. Give me a follow.
Say Caitlin's YouTube stuff is in the credits roll as well. So we're back. Finally, it's been a long break. Thank you coming in. Thank you everyone for coming in for the first time. Most people, which was really good to see, and for the followers, it's really good to be back. And Polly's been working on this for a long time. A hugely long time. I've had a lot of conversations about this one, but it's good to be here. This week, we're back on all our shows, in theory. So Circus should be back off their long break as well. And Chronicles has had a break, and we're actually back on that too, where you'll see Dr. Oblong back again. Where we're playing... what are we playing? RuneQuest. RuneQuest, yes. So...
Fun.
Yeah. It's a big week, and I've got to stop playing Star Citizen, which is what I've been playing, which is what we got the intro movie for. But I've actually really enjoyed the game. So, thank you everyone for coming in. We're going to be doing a raid. We are raiding Grimforge. They are doing Master Nyarlathotep. So, say hello to them. We come to share the love. Our hearts are warm and fresh. Is our raid message. If you're not a member of not a subscriber, don't include the hearts. But if you are a subscriber, include the hearts. But thank you so much. Let's do our credits roll, and let's go raid them and say hello. Grimforge are a lovely bunch. We've had Master Nyarlathotep on the channel as well. It is a very dangerous show. Kat was actually in it when we were playing that one. Yeah. So let's go, and thank you again just so much for being here. Thanks
everybody.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.